country
got
music.
messed up, but I'll fix it.
I'm definitely going to be learning how to use this program properly as
That's
the
fine.
evening goes on.
You know, we're all just students of the world.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. How's it going?
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
It is me. Hi. This is the whole show. We just say hi the whole time. Hi.
Yeah,
Hello.
we just
Hello.
we're all about, you gotta have a good
Doctor.
greeting. That's a good start.
That's right. you
Welcome to another episode of DrawBomb.
That's right.
That
What
show.
episode is you,
It's 82. It's episode 82.
When I'm 82.
Wow.
You know, classic Paul McCartney song, the sequel to the other song that's also an age.
Speaking of the famous singer Paul McCartney, we have a very special guest on this episode who is not
Who's
Paul
that?
McCartney.
Oh man, that would have been
yeah.
a good get.
ZNewts.
Really kind of.
We got ZNewts.
Hello, everybody. I feel like I'm punching above my weight here now because you mentioned Sir Paul McCartney.
Yeah, you,
I mean,
I'll let you guys
live
down.
up to that.
I mean, what has he done
You are
lately?
letting me down.
Didn't
That's
he
true, what has he
die?
done? No,
Not
he's
yet.
passed.
He's still alive. Wow,
Yeah,
good on him.
He's who?
What?
This is not meant to be like some like dark thing, but just out of curiosity, who do you think the last Beatle will be? I have a feeling Ringo is like
Ringo.
immortal.
Ringo's looking good for his age.
Yeah,
it's
Ringo's looked the same for like 30 years.
Yeah.
gonna pull a left turn and say John Lennon's gonna come back from the dead, and he's gonna kill everybody,
That-
and he's gonna win the taunting.
You have a bad odds on that, but I think if you get it right, you'll win a much bigger pot.
Yeah, I mean, this is a bet I would feel comfortable like betting money on if I was up against Zach right now. Like, I would feel like if
Yeah.
you want like $100 to throw down, like I don't know, I'd be pretty fucking stoked about that. I think what's interesting is that I've technically already won by guessing Ringo. You and I, Brandon, we both guessed Ringo because, you know, you remember from the songs years ago, they were saying that Paul is dead. So if Paul's been dead this whole time,
That's right.
Ringo already won. So
Holy
The only
shit.
doppelganger Paul at this point, he doesn't count.
yeah, what the hell?
So-
Like it's like he's one of the doppelgangers that are in the music biz. We have doppelganger Avril Lavigne, and then we have doppelganger Paul McCartney.
I haven't heard that one.
You haven't heard about that one? That's actually
No.
like a huge conspiracy theory on the internet. Is that
Tell me about
Avril
it.
Lavigne?
I want to
is
hear about
a
this.
fake- I think it's Avril Lavigne.
That seems
Avril
weird
Lavigne
because
ha-
like she
her
hasn't done
doppelganger-
anything in like years.
No,
so like
Avril-
why?
Her doppelganger we already figured that one out. Avril Lavigne's doppelganger is Jessica Simpson, right? Or wait, is Jessica Simpson the one that was in the blonde
look
one,
the
or the
same.
one that like the emo sister?
Dog, I have no idea, man.
The blonde one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, her emo
is
sister.
Ashley Simpson, the one who did the
Ashley
hoedown on
Simpson.
SNL.
That's the one. She is Avril Lavigne's doppelganger. Or they're
Interesting.
at least.
They don't
Yeah.
look that much alike.
No, not at all.
They're both like white girls. One of them's like got like very red hair. One of
The
them,
one's emo
was-
and the one's blonde emo.
We do know that the one can lip sync, so I mean, if someone had to take over the,
She
the
clearly
the
can't.
shoes- Oh, it's true. Yeah, she got caught. That would be. I mean, she did. She's not good at lip syncing.
The good lip syncers are the ones you don't know are doing
Yeah.
it.
Milli Vanilli, they got screwed over. They could have been like running for years in lip sync game if only
were-
the record hadn't started
They were,
scratching.
they were good lip syncers. They just had bad like AV people running the show.
Yeah.
No, you know what? Here's the thing. If they were using CDs probably, and CDs scratch so easily. If it were the good old days of vinyl, if Milli Vanilli hadn't like been keeping up with like the most modern like technology for music listening, we'd probably still think that they were talented today. We'd probably be like, man, you know who made some great music was Milli Vanilli.
And I would be like, girl, you know it's true. Milli Vanilli, their downfall was technology for sure. Although if you're using vinyl, like all it takes is like the crowd gets a little too excited and the whole thing skips.
True. Yeah. Do you think they would have been more successful if they had 8-track?
Yeah. That's the answer.
Yeah. Just regress in technology. It is a true like conspiracy that Avril Lavigne has been replaced.
Interesting, but what's the... That seems like something that would take a lot of effort, and what's the motivation when she's not even really, like, performing much or doing anything? Maybe she is, and I just don't know about it.
Particularly popular.
Wish I could tell you. There was a cracked article about it that I read, and I was like, that's the most interesting dumb thing I've read all day. And then I moved on with my life. So I just remember, like, I remember one thing is, like, people think, like, her ear shape is different. And apparently people have very...
Maybe she got an ear job, you know? If it makes you more comfortable in your own skin, I say go ahead, get the work done. I don't care.
You know what?
Get your ear job.
They say that the ears are the fingerprints of the head, you know? So when someone shows up with a new pair of ears, you're like, hold on a minute now. That clover shape didn't swoop in quite so soon. Your ear is different. You're not the real person.
Yeah, one time, you know, I don't live that far from my family, probably about 2 hours. I see them intermittently throughout the year, but not as much as I'd like. But one time I came home and my father's ears were different. I haven't talked to him since. I'm sure that's not the man that raised me as an imposter. You gotta look at those ears.
He was his doppelganger.
He's always calling me like, oh, thanks, Ian.
You're welcome.
You get to decide what we draw now because you subscribed.
Did he too?
Oh, boy.
You drawn this?
I want to draw this.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, when your uncle shows up with a new pair of ears, you gotta kill him. I mean, that's just like if you see somebody and you think even vaguely that their ears are a little different,
you kill them immediately.
Kill them. This is the DrawBomb mandate right here. Actually, please, we might get sued or somebody like who
don't
has ever...
kill them.
Kill your uncle if he looks
Don't
different.
kill people. Don't kill people. Gonna have to amend that one.
Only kill like
only kill people you're sure are doppelgangers.
Skinwalkers who have taken your uncle's place for some reason. My uncle doesn't have much going for him, so I don't know why a skinwalker would pick, you know.
Well, you know what?
If you have the ability to like totally take someone over, wouldn't you pick like something good?
I would pick like a famous person.
Sorry, Uncle. I don't mean to make you feel bad about it, but
I feel like Skinwalker should be the word of the day for the rest of this episode.
I feel like Skinwalker...
That's what we're going to be discussing, is Skinwalkers. Everything's going to tie back to Skinwalkers. We go on a weird tangent about Jeff Bezos. His ears are looking a little bit different since the rocket launch.
Skinwalker.
Here's the thing.
Skinwalkers.
Here's the thing, though, is aren't we all skinwalkers? Like we're all completely draped in skin.
Ian, why you gotta do that? Yeah,
I know.
Like that.
Ian, you are too, but I know Zach, you're kind of a cryptozoologist. Like you enjoy that kind of stuff. Right? Isn't that true or no?
I believe that's just.
I don't think you actually believe in all that stuff, but you have fun with it. You like all the.
I enjoy the.
I mean, I did spend some time searching for the Cryptid Man. The elusive Cryptid Man.
The callback. I should bring that up.
You should. That's probably one of my favorite drawings.
One of my favorite drawings we've done. I'm actually gonna show it.
How perfect timing too. It's going to be the scary season.
Almost
so.
Spooky season is
almost spookins.
You know, you can't watch all the movies in 1 month. You got to start at the end of September. Which is what I've been doing.
I mean, we started at the beginning of September. I mean, we started with the Final Destination movies and with Willy's Wonderland.
That was great, by the way.
It was Willy's Wonderland?
Yeah, I thought that was a lot of fun.
I enjoyed it.
I mean, it's not like gonna win like awards and stuff, but like it was just like for what it was fun. I don't know how you make a Five Nights at Freddy's movie that's more fun than that. It's like you don't have a lot to work with.
It's already out?
It's out.
Not the official Five Nights at Freddy's.
No, this is. I mean, I guess I'll wait to see that, but I mean, has Nicolas Cage as a drifter mute who kills robots in a Chuck E. Cheese. Like that, how do you beat that with like the official one?
Yeah, good point.
I don't know. We'll see. I could be
Nick
wrong.
Cage is starring in some crazy ass movies.
He's
and
doing a lot of
I
like
enjoy
indies.
it.
I think he's
He produced
having
this
fun
one,
with it.
which is interesting.
Yeah, I'm for it.
Which
Nick
means he was,
Cage,
like,
keep
gung ho.
doing your weird shit.
he had his period of doing like things that are gonna like big budget movies that are bad that'll just make him some money, which knock yourself out. But there's a Cryptid Man, by the way. It's a good drawing.
Cryptid Man.
I just like I think the name is what gets me
Yeah,
the most.
that's great.
Cryptid Man. Yeah.
But anyways, he did like I think riding off of like his like when he was big in like National Treasure and I mean he was big for a long time, but that was kind of the end of his like leading man time. It was like National Treasure and like Ghost
Gone
Rider
in 60
1.
seconds.
Yeah, Gone 60 Seconds. Saw that, and then I think he did a bunch of movies that just like made him a lot of money, but aren't really nobody saw them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then now he disappeared for a while, and now he's doing like indies that are like things he enjoys, from what I can tell, which is fun. And I think it's like he's the perfect actor for those because he was always kind of a weird leading man. He's good.
He
for
has
indies. He's so
he has
eccentric
no
and strange.
shame. Like here's the thing.
He's an eccentric actor.
I imagine Nicolas Cage is probably like has a hell of a personality. Like I feel like I don't know anything about what Nick Cage is probably like in real life.
I'm sure none of us do really.
So I like to imagine that he is like the most bland, normal person if you like were to talk to him. But he just has like no shame when it comes to acting. He's just like he's willing to put it all out there. So then he that's my headcanon at least.
Yeah, I would say I bet most of what you see on screen is his acting. I don't think he's probably like a complete freak to talk to.
Oh yeah.
And that's what I love about him.
I respect the hell out of his like lack of like self shame, and he's just like like my job is to be this person on screen, so I'll give it my all, even and if it's fucking goofy as shit, like so be it.
Yeah, I mean he made a career out of it. He did well.
Yeah.
We got Leviathan Den in the chat, says I'm stuck at home waiting for a COVID test to come back. Thanks for streaming. Oh well, we hope you're doing well. Sorry that you're dealing with that. It sucks, but
I hope your COVID test is
negative.
obviously negative. Obviously, we hope that. It would be weird if we hoped for anything else. So
And
I
if it's
feel
not,
like
we hope you have one of the you have the easy version of it where.
Yeah.
I'm certain you're going to survive this, and you're going to be just even stronger afterwards. God damn it.
It's true. You will absorb the COVID.
That's right.
And you will be stronger than it. It's like one of those like anime bosses that they shoot like bullets at him, and he like sucks the bullets into his body.
Yeah.
And then he's like grows or something, and they're like, oh.
It looks like a dick. I'm drawing
Aggression is his food, or I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways,
metal is his
we're hoping that you'll be
power-up.
fine. That's what we're saying. That's what we're trying to say. And failing.
Words of encouragement. Insert words of encouragement here. No, but gosh, what?
Thanks for watching.
Thank you so much for watching. We do hope you we hope and we're sure that you will get through this.
Morgan, my roommate, who I'm also engaged to, her grandfather just got COVID. He's 91,
Oh, no.
and he came out the other side. He's a trooper.
Hell yeah.
This dude's like, he's probably healthier than me. This guy's like, he's like 6'5", and he's just like solid. And he's 91, and I'm just like, wow, you could, if we fought, you'd probably kick my ass.
It's always good to know when an old man can kick your ass.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. He's a really good guy.
On the wrong side of. If that guy were younger, you wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of him.
No.
Because if he can kick your ass.
And he's older, and I still don't want to.
Yeah.
Oh, Leviathan Den says, "Oh snap! Hey, other cuz."
Yeah, the one with the cat.
Yeah, we got the ZNewts here.
Oh yeah. I like these. My friend Tyler got them for me. Tyler of Extra Attack got me these. I love them.
You got you some e-girl cat ears.
Hell yeah. Doing some of these for the fans.
Speaking of cats,
No.
the
Alright.
Theo cat today, he has some. He has a urinary tract infection.
Oh no,
We're getting that sorted out right away, but
dirty
They
boy.
they gave him these pills that were like, it'll help. Apparently, it's this whole thing. I feel bad. Apparently, he got a UTI from being stressed, and he's stressed because we brought that little kitten in here.
Of
So,
course.
we
Man,
gave him
I've
some-
been there.
We gave him some meds that are supposed to chill him out, but what it did is it made him unconscious, and he still is, and he's been sleeping right there for a while
Aw,
now.
druggy kitty.
So he's all
I guess
doped up.
He's not stressed, that's for sure.
That's what I said earlier. We were like, lifted his paw and dropped it, and just like, blop. And we're like, I was like, Theo, are you stressed?
snores.
Theo.
Like-
No, nothing. It was
He's
funny.
alive though, right?
Oh yeah, he's breathing. Earlier it was funny because he was just like laying there, like full passed out, his tongue sticking out of his mouth, and then Morgan walked in the room and said his name, and even though his eyes didn't open, his tail's like
Put the oh.
That's
he responds. He's like, it's like somebody who's in a coma that you like tap your finger once if you can hear me. So hopefully he's doing all right.
You should have done the paw thing, like where you lifted it up and then let it drop, but you should have done it 3 times, because then you've tagged him out and you've won the match.
Let's see.
That's how they do it in wrestling. 1, 2. You gotta do it the last time. You gotta hold for dramatic effect. Oh, okay. That's 3. He's out. You won.
What a jabroni.
Wrestling match 1.
Fucking
Don't worry, guys. He's
cat.
still breathing, so we're all good.
You
We'll
had to
give-
make sure.
They gave us these pills and they're like, give him 2 a day. We gave him 1, and that's him right now. So I'm like, no, not 2 a day.
I'm glad
We'll
you
never
didn't
see,
give him
we'll
2.
we'll see him in
Holy
6 months when he comes out of his coma. Like, so
Jesus.
we'll cut it down a little bit. Right now he's just taking a snooze, he's having a great time. He loves to sleep. He's a cat. What are you talking
He's
about?
been so stressed. This is his first time. He's getting there. I don't know what I was worried
You
about.
never even know he's stressed. He's like the most chill cat. Apparently he is.
Next time, say something, Theo.
Yeah. You know.
God damn it, cat.
Tad's being so incommunicative.
I'm gonna turn a fan on because it's really hot in here. If it sounds loud, let me know. Also, audience
Okay.
or Leviathan Den, you appear to be the only audience member. Let us know if it's loud.
Keep us posted.
Stay hydrated, friends.
It's kind of warm today. We were so confident. It was like cold for 2 days, so we're like, fall's here, and like started taking our air conditioners out and like putting on like sweaters and stuff. And now today it's hot again.
It was pretty warm out today too, but I definitely like when I smell the air, I smell fall. Like I can smell.
I smell leaves and pumpkin
You
spice.
guys- You guys know what I
Things
mean?
are
Though?
dying.
Like, can you guys sort of like smell like the air? The air smells different when it's like the season changes, you know. And
Yeah.
it might just be a purely psychological thing. Like my mind knows that it's like.
I think
becoming
it's,
hot, but it's-
I think like whatever the moisture is has a lot to do with that.
Yeah. But
You guys
like
are
I
both
just like
taking far too long on that. What can I do to help?
it's hard doing writing in this because DrawPile has like I think I have the smoothness on or something like that because
I'm just not good, Brandon.
No, you're great.
Yeah.
I love what you got so far. What are you going for with this? Because I'll help.
He's it's a little bomb boy, so it's gonna be kind of like that. And I
What if
should have
his
just done
fuse-
this. It's way easier.
Oh, he's got a thing.
Beep, beep, beep,
And then
beep.
how about? Okay, I got some ideas. I'll help you with it.
Wait, actually, this is way easier. I got this.
Okay.
He's just gonna be a really big dumb bomb ogre guy, and he's gonna be trying to strike. Like.
I have one idea, but I want to adjust anything. But, one sec.
So we should probably talk about why we're drawing.
Oh yeah.
Like this, right? I feel like we
Yeah.
should discuss that a little bit.
Why
I don't
is
have too
that?
much to say about the game.
No, I don't
playing
either.
Final
It's
Fantasy 14.
14, the MMO one.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
It's fun. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I don't feel like I've done enough in the game to be like able to really talk about it.
Right. My issue with MMOs is I usually lose steam before I get to the fun part. So we'll see what happens. So far, I'm enjoying it.
It's a lot of like the thing about these games is, and maybe it's because this is like my first character on this account. Maybe I have to do the tutorial stages, but like it's all the same shit I've played in like the couple of other MMOs I've played. So like, you know, wrapped in a different package, different keybinds, things like that.
Right.
So it's like, y'all, can I just like play the game? Like I don't want to have to do
Although
so
like
many missions.
they do all these fetch quests to kind of teach you the mechanics for like, but it takes MMOs are like more egregious for like getting past tutorials. Like, oh, you have to dedicate 20 hours first.
Yeah.
And then we'll assume that you know how to play. And it's like, I'm done with most games by 20 hours. What do you?
Yeah, like
Who has the time?
Exactly.
We've tried to party up like a couple times and like do stuff together in that game, and very frequently it has been like, oh, you're not far enough in the main story quest. That content is like locked away. And it's like, come on, guys, I'm just trying to play your damn game.
Yeah,
please.
it's like I'm gonna end up
Help me to help
off.
you.
Yeah.
Like,
There's like so many games that I play where like I've played it before. I just want to get started. Please let me just play the game, and it's just like, hold on now. First 5 hours of the games, we're just introducing all the gameplay elements, and it's just like, I get it. Like the first time I was playing it, this was all very helpful.
Make
Now,
a bedroll.
I just want to freaking yeah. Exactly, make a
that's the
bedroll.
meme for you now.
Yeah, I hated that so much. How we moved from 7 Days to Die to Conan is just that's the first quest. Is
Yeah.
I love that snake, by the way.
Oh, thanks. I thought, yeah, that was the addition I wanted to make. I'm trying to find the game that it's, you know, that we could all. I think I'm gonna start a Minecraft server. I don't know if you'd be interested, but then just everybody can join in.
I want to get into Hunt. I got Ian Hunt, and we could use like a third guy on our team.
I would play that.
Yeah, I do have Hunt.
I really like the
installed, I have
aesthetic of it. It's like a tactical shooter, like multiplayer thing, but it's all in like the bayou in the 1800s and shit.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I would like that. Where did I draw this guy? I don't even know. I'm trying to move him.
I told myself I'd do my drawing fast, and I'm taking forever.
Yeah, you suck.
Oh shit! I'm absolute shit.
Zach's taking a long time too, so don't feel bad.
What time is it? I know we try and have these done by the first hour, so we got time.
Oh yeah, we're doing good then. That's the. I don't know what layer I drew this thing on.
If this were like a video game mission, I would be like 5 stars for the mission is getting this drawing done by 8:45, completing the mission successfully, like objective completed, 9 o'clock. So let's see what we can accomplish.
You can get this done.
Here, I'll move my guy down a little bit. I thought you were gonna do the. But this works better actually.
I really like the drawings you guys have been doing lately. You've
Oh,
been
thanks.
producing some good
Thanks,
stuff. Usually,
I've been trying.
making
Usually
it
it's shit.
laugh out loud.
We appreciate that. Thanks for always hanging out in the chat. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
So Ian, I think for this drawing, and we don't have to do it that way, but a lot of times, if you're talking like old classic Final Fantasy, they kind of go up like diagonally, like in the perspectives, you're kind of looking like the floor is like. So you could like put your guy. One of you should
like
draw your
that.
guy like here, and one of you guys should draw your guy like here. You know, kind of like. Does that make sense? They're always like usually lined up, like in a kind of like a row on the floor is like the whole background.
Yeah.
That way you get to draw more of them without him being like obscured.
Wait, hold on.
Zach, do you want to draw your character and I'll work on coloring the boss?
Sure.
Mouse.
I accidentally did the bows on the background layers.
It's all right.
By mistake.
We can work with that. I do that
Yeah.
every episode. I draw on the wrong layer and then suffer.
Okay, so I'm gonna get on
Try
my
to-
guess thing, man.
Yeah, pick whatever layer you want, whatever works for you.
I'm gonna go with guest 3.
You are a guest.
That makes
That is the layer for you.
sense.
We put that there for you.
I feel honored.
Yes, Fury. I want to talk about the spooky month again.
Talk about spooky month.
specifically-
I get excited for spooky month, even though I like the last couple of years I haven't got to go as full into it as I like making a costume. I like doing all this stuff.
I love everything about it. I love
Yeah,
all
it's
of the
great.
things, all the features. I just want to talk about the movies we've been watching.
Yeah,
In
please do.
preparation. Did we talk about Event Horizon on this podcast?
Don't.
I
Think
want to
so.
watch Event Horizon so bad.
We did
Pretty
watch
fun.
it.
Fuck! I fall asleep every night at like 9. So I've been horrible about
It's all right.
Bad
I mean,
movie
Event
night.
Horizon might make you fall asleep. It's fun though. Some of the visuals are. I will say the visuals are very. I was distracted working on some stuff, but the visuals were very fun. The movie itself was all right.
Yeah, the movie itself.
Like
The
Sam
thing
Sam
is-
Neill as a villain is like really fun. He's like grotesque. Everything's like weird. Like it's like it'd be like enemies in Doom shit that you're dealing with.
Like, the whole concept kind of makes me
It
makes me
is
think of
Doom. It's
Yeah,
Doom the
like,
movie,
which ship-
except it's not because that exists.
Yeah, I mean,
There's no Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
there is no Dwayne.
No, as much as I wish there was.
Like it was definitely the most confident movie I'd seen done by that director, which is it's funny because it was his earliest, but like I was like when it was setting up like the horror of the ship and stuff, like all that was very fun, and like as they started making it like clear that like there's a demonic presence, I was kind of going like ooh cool. I can't wait to see how this pans out. And then it didn't really end up like giving us a whole lot. It
didn't.
just kind of like it corrupted Sam Neill's character, who was already corrupted. Everyone else just kind of like had hallucinations, and then
He turned into like a weird, like fleshy, like shaved all the hair off his body, Hellraiser, but still looks like Sam Neill, which is really kind of a fun visual.
yeah, it was a fun like he looked fun like with his eyes all done up like that. Yeah, I just kind of like I felt like it built up like this horrible presence, and then it ended up just kind of
Didn't do anything with it.
Sam Neill in a chair.
Yeah, he was. He was in a chair.
He was in a chair.
Yeah.
But still fun. And then we did the Final Destination movies, I think, like pretty much immediately after that.
Yeah, I don't
right?
think we've done any other spooky season movies yet.
Aside from Willy's Wonderland, but that was just kind of
Oh yeah.
To sort of fill some time while we were waiting for Austin. But what do you think about the Final Destination movies?
They're fun. It's a lot of like filler of just like the
Yeah,
same
some-
movie over and over again, and then the deaths are like what make it all worth watching because they're just like ridiculous and like they put all their like budget into like a lot of the people that get killed. I'm pretty sure it's not. They actually set up a dummy that explodes into like hamburger meat, and it's really funny to
Yeah.
watch.
It's super fun. I told some folks about how we were watching the Final Destination movies the other day, and the one person was like, "It's my favorite comedy movies." Series.
It kind of is, yeah.
They're pretty funny.
But they don't even try to like make like, oh, this time around, here's the twist. It's just like,
it's
no,
the
same movie.
every time.
Same
Yeah.
movie. I saw the future. Now I'm. I know who's gonna die, but not exactly what order, and I'm trying to figure that out. And then I always figure it out at the last second, and
Nice
show
to it.
up as they're getting like obliterated, and then I get like
Or-
splashed with blood, and then we go to the next
Yeah.
one.
Or there's a lot of times where they'll be like, "You're gonna die here. There's something dangerous in this room right now that could kill you," and the person will be like, "It's bullshit," and then they'll be like, "Can you just like not? Can you just come with us for like a little bit and like we get you somewhere safe?" And they'll be like, "Nah. In fact, I'll exacerbate the situation and I'll act rowdy and crazy." And like I'll like jump up and down, which will cause this thing to like the sequence of events to happen.
There's been at
It's
least.
always-
At least 3 times, and not even in the same movie, where somebody was like, "I'm never gonna die. I'm never gonna die," and then they die, and they just do that a lot.
They love to do that in that series, where the person's last words are ironic or otherwise like having like
Foreshadowing.
Every time it's
Like-
ironic.
Yeah,
They
It's
say
always
something, you're about to know.
it's always like
Yeah, well-
misplaced confidence, and then their head gets lopped off. Famous last words.
Yeah,
Often.
famous last words.
But
They
like
can do
they'll
that.
like in Final Destination 4, they had a lady who's like, "I've got my eye on you," and then she turned around and immediately gets like a rock through her eye, and like dies. And like it's always
The
something.
Grim Reaper has a
ironic.
great sense of humor.
He has a great sense of humor.
It's like, does he like, is he that quick? Is he that on the punch, or is he just like really good at improv? That's my question. Does he have like a slow motion, like, is he able to kind of like see what's gonna happen and plan it out like
that
a like?
Spider-Man power from like
Does everything
he's,
go like,
in the fight with the
and he's
bullet.
like, how can I make this funny? Or is he just like that good? Because
I like to
it's-
think that Death used to be at the UCB.
he was hilarious,
but
but all
Death
his
is-
stuff was really dark.
Yeah, he was really. Like, he could really go places with his improv sometimes.
Leviathan Den says, if we're talking about just good movies in general, I'm a huge fan of Hot Fuzz and Kung Fu Hustle, both probably in my top 5 of all-time favorites. We're big fans of both of those on this show. We've talked about them often.
Those are good movies.
There's some good ones. I think specifically though we're sticking to spooky season for right now.
Yes.
It's the
Because
season.
It's the spoopy season, but yeah, those are good movies.
they're great.
Great movies. We gotta think of. I mean, we're gonna watch *Malignant* probably after we do
Yes,
the
I'm
last
really
one.
pumped to
I,
watch
I
that.
still have on Amazon Prime that Terror Tunes movie. I want to show you guys if I can ever stay awake.
Yeah.
What's it
I'm down
called?
to watch whatever.
It's called Terror Tunes.
Is it cartoon?
Terrible. No, it's not. I mean, the premise is basically cartoon villains come out of the TV and murder a whole bunch of washed-up porn stars, and that's pretty much
Okay.
it.
Why are porn stars always the first to die?
What
Well,
did they do wrong?
I have to say, this movie is lousy with them. How could you not?
They're falling out of
stat-
the walls. They're coming out of the
Yeah, I mean,
they're everywhere.
People are getting stabbed left and right. just by,
Just like a bunch
you
of
know,
porn stars start
commenting
crawling
on
out of like
later.
cracks in the ceiling and stuff.
I think, there's all those like teen cabin in the wood-esque movies where they all get killed while having sex, all the slasher movies. So I think that people are just like generally like, oh, so the people who have sex for a living, they're really gonna die in these scenarios.
They're just
Yeah.
always in danger.
But it's like,
And yeah,
who's the
just so
dickhole
happens that
that's
every
killing
single
somebody when they're
character is
just
one.
who's the dickhole that's gonna kill people when they're just trying to do their job? They're like, look,
Right.
man, I'm trying to pay the bills.
There should be like a horror movie that like the guy goes after people who don't have sex in the movie.
That actually that's a good concept. Like, not even like as a comedy, but just like as a unique thing that I've never heard of before.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
a good horror film. It's like the opposite of It Follows.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like it's like at a party and some guys like blah 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 about this thing and that, and then some girls like, oh my god, I would love to learn more about that. Can we go back to like my room or something like that? And he'll be like, no, it's okay, I got my stuff out here. And then,
Skank, and just like somebody stabs him through his head.
like he
It's,
goes out for a cigarette and then he gets murdered.
Is the
Yeah.
murderer just very like shy? So he's like, ew, naked bodies, and he runs.
No, it's a
Yep.
supernatural force. It's the incel.
It's just
It's a
he's a very
it's
like
sex
a
positive
force.
slasher. He's like, hey,
Yeah.
he's like
I don't want to get in,
he's like
in the middle of that.
He's like a dude who's like, I spent years thinking I can't get laid. It turns out I could have gotten laid the whole time, but I was just being a dummy.
I was just being an incel.
So I'm gonna kill all the people who are dumb like me.
Forgot my mistake, my shame. Or I don't know. Fucking.
I blamed women for my shortcomings.
This ghost is really, he's gone to therapy, and it shows.
Yeah, he's actually really turned his life around, and I'm proud of him.
Leviathan Den says, are you guys fans of old B-rated horror movies? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
how can you
I
not?
love
fan of-
them.
I'm a fan of. I mean, this movie night thing we've been doing started out as like a bad movie night. So I feel like if you have to if you like bad movies, you love B movies.
Yeah, but
Isn't
not all
Yeah.
B movies are bad.
Not all B movies are bad. B
They
speaks
often
to
are.
like sort of the budget.
and
Yeah.
production quality. But I mean, a lot of if you like B movies, then
It's true.
you've liked more than one bad movie. It's
Yeah,
like,
you like the camp.
It's like every rectangle is not a square, and every square is not a rectangle, or some shit like that.
Like Killer Clowns from Space or Blood
Yeah.
Diner. Those are just, how could you say no if someone says, "Hey, you want to watch that?" It's like, "Hey, you want to hang out, watch The Faculty?" Who would say no? You
love
call
The
them a
Faculty.
psychopath.
It's a great
Yeah,
movie.
of course.
Is that who's in that?
John Stewart,
Everybody.
Is
Josh Hartnett.
is that
Weird Al Yankovic.
really?
No. You dummy, you fell for
Oh, I've never seen
it. I can't believe
Is
it.
that got
You got
No,
both.
never mind. I actually don't know. I was trying to think who it was.
Jon Stewart, Josh Hartnett. I don't remember anyone else in the movie. I just remember Jon Stewart.
It does have a lot of bigger names.
Yeah.
Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood's in it.
is
That's
in
right.
it,
Yeah.
Huh.
I think it's a funny movie because like the being infected with a virus makes you hot, which is just a
Oh,
funny
that's
concept.
funny.
It's very like noticeable when they do it in the movie, and I think it's really clever. Is like anyone who is normal and hasn't it's a body snatchers type movie, and anyone who hasn't been body snatched yet looks pretty normal, I guess. Obviously, it's like a bunch of 25-year-old Hollywood actors pretending to be high schoolers, but whatever. But then, anytime somebody gets infected with the thing that's like body snatching everybody, like they're suddenly like their hair is all done, like it looks like they like just came out.
Did they at least do it right? Is it not just like girls like with their glasses disappear?
You know what? I don't remember.
Because that's a thing that is like annoying in movies.
Oh yeah, it's just like they let their hair down. They took off their
It's
glasses.
like what?
Now they're
She's All
free.
That. Isn't that the one with like Freddie Prinze
Yeah, I think
Jr.
that's
where
the one.
you're like,
Yeah.
dude, I'll pay $100 if you could make this dork go hot or take her to the prom, and then he just like takes her glasses off, and everybody's like, oh my god, she's
She
a mega babe.
She
It's like-
Clark Kented us.
It's like, yeah, she
Oh my
totally did. It's
God.
like this is.
That's the reverse catfish. Oh no!
Come on, guys. At least put a little more work into this. This seems really extra insulting, even though the whole concept is generally.
Like, here's the thing. I think that the right fashion tips and the right styling of hair, clothes, whatever will
Yeah.
work wonders for everybody.
Yeah,
I
of
don't
course.
think that I think like it's obvious that those actresses were very beautiful before they let their hair down, before they took their glasses off. Like and like
She
usually
had
what they'll
paint
do
on
is-
her overals, though, dude.
Disgusting.
Come on.
Ew. I'm never speaking to her. Ew.
Don't
Oh,
tell
but-
me who's hot or not, man.
Fucking
Like,
gross.
It's also like
talk about
usually, like,
1990s romance comedies.
They also all look like right before like they shot the take, like somebody came up with like a spray bottle and like spritzed them in the face when they weren't looking like a couple times, and then like hey,
Now they're
like,
misty.
rumpled up their hair a little bit, so now they're just like uncomfortable, and also like their hair is all rumpled up. I feel like that's how like they get them to look like that. Is they're like
They Rumpelstiltskin their hair.
So-
So, like-
sexy.
So the whole answer is confidence. You know, who can love you if you don't love yourself?
that's right. If you
Fucking
don't,
right.
if you can't handle me at my best, or wait,
You
if
don't
can't
deserve
handle-
me at my
Wait,
even
hold on.
bester.
If you can't handle me at my square dancing phase of my life, you can't handle me. You can't have me at my. Hold on, let me start over. If you
can't handle
the
me,
You
My
can't
words.
handle the truth.
I don't
You
blame
can't-
you, 'cause I'm a bitch.
If you can't deal with my toxic behavior when I'm at my most toxic, then you don't deserve me when I'm gaslighting you.
There it is. There it is.
He wins, everybody.
I was gonna try
There
to
we
do
go.
one too, but we're done now. We got it. We
Yeah,
got
we
there.
can't top that one. Fuck.
Nip that one in the bud.
Yeah.
Um,
Give it a
Gosh.
little nipple.
Those Final Destination movies are goofy as shit though. Like,
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. I've been enjoying them.
they're very like the thing.
We have
is
one
also,
left, right?
We have one left. We have one more. Then they stopped making them, which is fine because okay, I feel like I could make a Final Destination script
You could.
like without
Every
going into
fan
specifics.
script is a is like every sequel could have been a fan
Yeah.
script because they're the same movie. They didn't change anything.
Everything is the same. They do the same beats every time. Like I even called it when we were watching 4, and they like so in 4 like the beginning is like there's a big crash at like this NASCAR stadium or whatever, and like that causes the whole stadium to collapse because
Boy.
you know when death goes for it, he goes hard.
He does.
But I was like, okay, so they freak out. They're all gonna be walking out of the stadium. And then right in the middle of a sentence, a big explosion is going to happen, and then they're going to turn around, and then the thing that the guy is freaking out about is going to have happened.
Which is the thing that's happened in every movie so far.
Yeah, it's happened in every movie. And they'll always be like, man, you're crazy. Nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
Every time. And it happened again in 4. Like, they did it again. Like, they play the hits every time. And so, like, they do that. That's the opening. The opening scene is always like you're watching life, and then everyone starts dying, and then it's a fake. It's a fake out. Bada bing, you're faked out. We goofed you. We got you goofed. The scene I just described happens. Then the rest of the movie is them being like, "Wow, I can't believe I just almost died."
Wow.
And then someone will be like, "Oh, well, guess what? It's fine." And then one of their friends who also survived will die, and they'll be like, "Oh my God, they just survived that thing. Now they didn't survive this thing. Oh, can you? Well, life is crazy." And then the main character will be like, "But wait, when that person was dying, I also felt weird again." And then maybe the guy in the morgue will come, maybe he won't. But the guy finds out that death. Actually, nowadays, because the previous movies have happened, they just fucking are
They
like
just
that
Google the
last guy.
previous movie.
Yeah, they literally.
There's
Googled the
always a
previous
shot
movie.
of them like reading a newspaper, like the library, where it's like just the other movies.
Yeah, that's 100%. Just the shit from the other movies.
And they're like, oh
and then,
shit, this happened before, and then
Yeah.
they all die.
Yeah, then it's just a sequence of events where like they'll tell their like death is coming after us. He's going in order, and then they'll be like, "You're full of shit, dead." Hey, and like they always get their last second like to watch the person die. Like in Final Destination 3, like the girl goes to like 4 different people, and they all die. Like 7 people die in front of her, and like she gets covered in their blood like 7 times throughout that movie. It's nuts.
More than the other movies have so far.
It was the most
It was almost like
egregious example.
a little comical more than usual because she just kept showing up at the time that just like it's just a cut of her face being like reacting to just like a mist of blood hitting her.
Yeah.
And it's like they just
like
did
she-
that over and over.
Brazzers.
Like
How
the
about
amount of like
Every time you're about to
constant
leave,
changes.
leave 10 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
Just plan on that.
Don't even like if you like, and the thing is like half the time, here's their big mistake is in the movies. Half the time, they spend a lot of time like I know who's gonna die next, but how? And so they're gonna be looking through like a bunch of photos of like them at the carnival or whatever, and they're just like, what kind of picture am I gonna find? And then they'll see like a picture of the person like giving a thumbs up, and there's like an arrow on a shop sign in the background, and it'll look like it's going through their head, and they're just like, he's gonna get shot in the head with an arrow. And then they'll go, and then they'll go to the person, and then the person won't get shot in the head by an arrow. They'll die because like they prick their finger on like something, and it gets infected, and they die of like sepsis.
They're always so confident of what it's going to be. They're like, an arrow's going to hit him in the head, and then they get there, and he gets hit like a lawnmower drives over his face, and then they go back home and they look at their photos, and there's a different photo where he's being like run over by a lawnmower. And they're like, oh, this was the one that showed how he died. We picked the wrong photo.
You probably could have saved them if you didn't try and go on this wild goose chase of like how are they gonna like the thing is death is always throwing you a curveball
Right.
like every time like every death scene they have like a Rube Goldberg device that happens where like a sequence of events just happens like someone will like put down a hot dog and then the hot dog will like fucking get eaten by a seagull, and the seagull will drop the
seagull?
hot dog.
Steven Seagal.
I'm making this up as I go. The seagull will drop the hot dog in like some like buddy's fucking like IV bag, and then the IV bag will explode somebody's legs or some shit like that. And then like every movie, but like that, there's also like 5 other Rube Goldberg. It's like watching a race of 5 different Rube Goldberg devices. It's like which one's gonna kill him? I don't know.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, it's always like in the Rube Goldberg, it's always lies.
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
It's like somebody pushes a thing that starts rolling, and then it starts like a puddle comes out, and then there's like a plug nearby that has like sparks shooting out, and then somebody's like standing in the puddle, and then like right as that's all about to happen, like an airplane carrying machetes drops one and it just goes in someone's head.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, what was the point of the whole electricity thing? That didn't happen.
There's always a moment where like the one device that they've been setting up looks like it's about to kill them, and they're like, whoosh, "Oh, that's crazy!" That almost.
It's fantastic.
Every time.
In any of these Final Destination movies, since I've never seen them, is there ever like, speaking of kind of like horror movie tropes and stuff, is there ever like a clock, a doomsday clock, or a death clock that it's kind of a framing device used throughout the movie that, oh boy, something's gonna happen when the Rube Goldberg device kind of falls apart?
In some ways, yes, because they know it's going to happen to everybody, and they know there's an order. So, like, once somebody dies, the next person's, like, on the chopping block.
Yeah, they'll do it a couple times in the movies where they'll be like people will like know that they're on the list, but they're not next, so like they'll try and kill themselves to like avoid the gruesome death that will get them eventually.
And it ends up being gruesome anyways.
Well, no, it's because like it just won't work. Like they'll try and shoot themselves, and the gun will like jam, or the bullets will be like duds, or like they'll try and stab themselves, and the knife will like bend or some shit like that. Like it's just like they're like unable to kill themselves.
Real quick, Leviathan Den says, ever heard of the movies Maisie and Monsters? It's basically Tom Hanks before he was a big-time star. His character and his friends get in a game of D&D that goes wrong. Not a lot of people have heard of it. I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Maisie and Monsters. It was Netflix for a while, and I never watched it because I know
he's like real young. It's like
really
before
young.
anything.
Like the Burbs young.
Younger than that. I mean, he was already a established star by the Burbs. This is like
he looks
before he was even like made it.
Was this like before or after Risky Business? Because he looked
before.
really young in Risky Business.
Is Tom Hanks in Risky Business?
Tom Hanks and not Tom Cruise.
I'm sorry. What am
They're very different
Jesus
people.
Christ. Very, very different.
God.
I want to see Tom Hanks in like Top Gun.
It makes me feel a lot better about mixing up people
It's like
sometimes on this show.
Tom Hanks flying jets to like Kenny Loggins music and playing like beach volleyball in like a homoerotic fashion. That all sounds great. Let's watch that movie.
That all sounds.
Goose, he ain't got no legs.
We call that movie
That's a great
Tom Gun.
Tom Gun. I like to imagine like the thing is in my head I have a very Tom Hanks voice. I feel like if I were to try and like do it, like I wouldn't.
You have to like, it's like you have to kind of like, it's like higher. It's kind of you have to like have your throat kind of.
Oh wow!
I'm Tom Hanks.
Man, Tom Hanks. That's my Tom Hanks right now.
Hey!
Tom Hanks.
He's always saying that.
I'm Tom Hanks.
That was my favorite line from Toy Story.
Yeah.
I'm Tom
I'm Tom Hanks.
Just as an update right now, the cat
Toy.
is still very unconscious.
Oh,
he's awake though. I see him.
Yeah, he's good.
Oh, look at the fella. Look at the floofy kitty.
He's coming back a little bit. All right, this drawing's just about done. I'll let you finish up your. Are you doing more of your character, Ian?
Nah, that's good. That's
Okay.
all I need.
I'm gonna save this, and then I'm gonna grab a beer, and I'll be right back. But let me save this first.
All right. I'm Tom Hanks.
Hey, I'm Tom Hanks.
I'm Tom Hanks.
From the very popular movies Top Gun
Tom Gunn from Tom Hanks.
and Risky Business. I'm Tom Hanks.
I'm Tom Hanks.
What other Tom Cruise movies would be hilarious with Tom?
Minority Report.
Well, I mean, he's
Magnolia.
I don't think I've seen Magnolia actually.
Oh my god, like, well, Tom Cruise comes in that movie and he's got like a ponytail and the whole time he's going like, respect the cock. he's like a pickup artist, like incel character, like who's like selling books on how to be like a pickup artist incel. And so like the whole like first part of the movie is him like doing a big show and he's like advertising his new book. He's like, respect the cock. The cock is great. Women love the cock and shit like that. Like,
Weird. That was in his like hyper aggressive phase.
It was like 1999ish.
Let's do some eyes wide shut mode.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Alrighty. Gosh, what are we?
So what are we gonna draw?
I don't know. It's a great question.
Shucks.
I'm gonna draw Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Gun.
We're gonna have to draw Tom Hanks.
I'm gonna draw old and young Tom Hanks if I
I'm
can.
just gonna draw
manage.
Tom. I'm gonna draw Tom Tickety Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
I'm Tom Hanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Hanks.
I'm Tom.
This is totally grade A content right here. Is all of this. Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks.
I'm not gonna use any reference.
I'm gonna use reference.
Oh, that's not a good eye right there. Well said. I'm Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
You want to get on the Pineapple Express, kid?
You know who's
How about
another?
that?
You know who's another actor that there's a really fun way to impersonate him that doesn't totally sound like him but kind of sounds like him? Brandon taught me this, but it's John Lithgow.
That's a good one.
I'm John Lithgow.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, John Lithgow!
Whoever
Come
yelled
on,
Wilson,
circle.
I had my headphones on, and by the way, I should leave the show more often because that was a big improvement. Just you guys yelling Tom Hanks over and over. Some of you got close when you went Wilson, like it actually kind of sounded. You gotta like when you're doing the like I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to be the Tom Hanks that I want to be. But there's a you guys you're on the cusp.
I'm gonna draw Tom Hanks from Polar Express now.
Oh god, gross.
Tom.
He looks disgusting in that movie.
I'm John Lithgow. My mouth is a circle.
John Lithgow.
I am.
My wife.
All right, let's see some Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks.
How about Tom Hanks as Mario instead of Chris Pratt?
What do you got? Okay, everyone's.
Yeah,
talking
let's talk about this because it's fun.
Let's start discussing. What do you guys of the new Mario movie casting choices? Just thoughts. Just give me your thoughts. I don't even want to frame.
All right.
I don't feel like getting canceled.
I don't think
No, I just
canceled
don't. I just
I feel
don't
like Chris
I
Pratt.
just don't want to lead the conversation on this. I want to hear your guys.
All right, I think Chris Pratt is a weird
He's not
choice.
Mediterranean looking enough to play
Well,
Mario.
it's animated. It's animated.
Oh,
So, yeah. Here's the
okay,
thing.
that's better.
I could
Everyone
see,
can do a Mario voice. I'm sure he had to do
Mario. Yeah.
I
an
would like to
audition
see
and
it-
does fine enough job that he'll pass.
I would like to
Great.
see a Mario rendition where, like, just a version of his voice where he's from Long Island. And that's-
yo.
Hey,
Dude, you guys.
This is
I'm
me, Mario.
not gonna show it now, but you have to watch Donkey's video that he made. He just posted it, but he basically he's just prank calling businesses, asking them their opinions on the casting. But in the middle, it keeps cutting back to the video where it's like announcing it, and it's like that. The Nintendo. I don't know if you saw the actual, but they do these direct addresses where it's usually like the guys who made Nintendo talking, and then like a translator talking over them in like a very kind of like very like
Yeah.
like bland kind of monotone voice.
Yeah.
So like it was like he's like speaking Japanese, and then there's a voice speaking over him when they announced Chris Pratt being like,
We are happy
"We
to
chose Chris
announce
Pratt. He's so
Nintendo."
cool." So anyways, they kept doing these, and then Donkey made up a bunch of fake ones where it's like Al Pacino will be Mario's evil uncle Waluigi, and then like he has like a stupid caption after each one too. But it's pretty funny. I recommend checking it out. But
he's good.
He's
Good.
good.
He's funny.
This is the
But,
worst. Tom Hanks.
this is
ever.
the-
Tom Hanks.
Your
the
Tom Hanks
worst
kind of looks
Woody
like a
ever.
Tom Cruise Tom Hanks. Oh, gross. And also,
It's
come
Woody.
on, man. Quit hogging the screen. Where am I supposed to put my Tom Hanks? You don't have to erase it.
I'm gonna have
Shrink
to
it down.
delete this shit.
Nah, just shrink
Del-
it.
No, I'm gonna delete it because I want to draw a real, actually spectacularly
All right.
creepy Woody.
Oh, boy.
Hanks!
I'm Tom Hanks.
Woody, Buzz, Lightyear is a piece of shit.
Buzz!
You are a toy. And
Wilson!
I wonder
You
if Tom
are
Hanks
Wilson.
did a lot of cocaine with Tim Allen when they were doing that movie.
I bet Tim Allen was offering it because I bet Tim Allen used to sell. So I'm sure Tim Allen was just like offering anybody on the set, like, "Hey, you want to get high?"
I would have a lot. I think Tom Hanks would be fun to party with. I would
He
just
seems-
like Hoover
I think
some
that's
fatties
why-
with him.
He's just like generally regarded as decent. Is that he? It's probably good PR, and he's smart enough to like. I'm not saying he's a bad guy, but he seems normal, and I think that's
I
like
wonder
goes a
if he's
long
cool.
way when you see all these people that are like eccentric and weird. He just seems like a normal person. So I think
Yeah.
everybody likes Tom Hanks for that regard.
It's the classic, "Oh, I can have a beer with them" factor. It's like
Yeah.
people vote presidents on that shit. So I mean, you know, if they look like you can have a beer with them, they're pretty cool and made.
Everyone feels guilty liking somebody who's also a dick. So it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, as much as you can separate art from the artist, people sometimes are like, I'm uncomfortable because I know this guy's an asshole. I'm
Yeah.
uncomfortable
Or like-
giving him my money.
Yeah, exactly. This is terrible Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks! I'm gonna get rid of that. But, it's interesting, because Tom Hanks looks very much like... I don't know, like, when you think of Tom Hanks, what's, like, most striking feature on his face?
Forehead.
I don't know. His eyes, maybe they're unique, maybe like squinty, like.
But that's kind of the thing, is, like, it's kind of hard to, like, his eyes are kind of squinty, I guess. But otherwise, he's just kind of very generic white guy.
That all plays into it. That's all part of why he's so well regarded as just like a normal guy you could have a beer with, because he even looks like one. He looks like he's your dad's friend who comes over
Yeah,
He
sometimes.
does. Yeah.
You know, in this one picture, he looks a lot like a differently shaped Fred Armisen. But
Differently shaped. I love that description.
we should do an
True. I
SNL
mean,
sketch.
we all are, aren't we?
Kind of
Aren't we
different
all
mold, yeah.
differently shaped for understand?
Yeah, exactly. So but this one, he looks very close to Fred Armisen. Like, there should be an SNL sketch where it's like Fred Armisen and Tom Hanks playing each other. So like Tom
It would
Hanks
have to be the 7th time Tom Hanks hosts the show.
Yeah, but like Fred Armisen, I could imagine Tom Hanks being like, "Well, you see, the thing is," like doing his like Fred Armisen, and then Fred Armisen being like, "I'm Tom Hanks."
Also, not so much lately, but Tom Hanks had a lot of good roles, so that also makes people like someone.
Yeah, that does help. Helps to have.
I mean, he's always had good roles. Very likable roles.
yeah.
Tom Hanks.
Hanks!
That's the joke. Tom Hanks. That Family Guy joke presupposes that Peter Griffin couldn't remember the name Tom Hanks right away. Which is also weird because you know when Tom Hanks is in a movie, you recognize him. But he's also the most generic looking guy I've ever seen. I don't get it. How does that... How?
Also, all of Peter's jokes are based on pop culture, so why are you not remembering the most memorable...
Right. Every single one of your callbacks is like a freaking joke.
You base the entire show on the fact that you watch a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Lucky he's a family guy. Gee, the new season started, by the way.
Oh, I didn't know it was still going. Oh.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah, fuck.
I haven't
Give
watched
them
the
a
last,
break.
the last season was pretty lame. I'll probably start watching it. I just finished Modern Family, so I'm on to the next show.
So you're saying you're on the market?
That's right. So any
wow.
lovely serialized TV show format thing.
If any ladies want some of my time, I just finished watching the show and I'm all freed up.
I just finished Modern Family, and I'm very emotionally.
I'm ready to start my own Modern Family.
That's right.
Settle
Feels
down.
like there's a void in my chest. Now I finished my favorite show.
Now
What
that
am I
my
gonna do?
show's over, I cried it all out, and now I'm ready to
Did
get
you
back into
did you get choked up at the end of Modern Family?
Oh, I cry like every episode of that show anyway. So I
That's, I mean that's fair. I cried a lot of shows.
I love to cry at shows. I don't like to do
Yeah.
it when people are around, but if I'm by myself, like watching shit, I love to cry during movies and shows.
If it's Morgan, we'll both just let loose. But yeah, you're right. I'll hold back.
Yeah.
It's like
I like to pretend I don't have emotions.
if I'm hanging out with some of my friends where we're still maintaining our toxic masculinity, well, no, that is I'm gonna bottle that shit up. But
I just yeah, it's not even like I think my friends would accept me if I cried at a thing while I'm with them, but like also anytime you're like with a group of people and then somebody like has cried in your presence like in the last like hangout, it kind of does shape the mood of the visit a little. It's like
it also
oh,
can
yeah.
make other people uncomfortable. So
Yeah. So
I don't want to put that on people that I don't know well enough. There's people I'll cry around,
Yeah.
but not everybody.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not ashamed that I'm crying. It's just like I don't want it to be like a focus or a part of the conversation. You know, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry and I want to get it over with, and then I'm gonna be done crying. But yeah, I like to cry at my TV shows and
Yeah.
stuff. So that
It means
show.
that it was like
Pussy.
they wrote means they wrote it well if it actually
Fucking
works.
grow up here. This guy cries.
You cry. Why don't you go like you have an unhealthy way of bottling your emotions up? Huh?
Why don't you go like
Yeah. Bottle it up until it festers into a fucking mental illness like everybody else, you turd, Tommy.
Yeah, jeez.
why don't you go like verbally abuse someone at your job or kids or pets? Like,
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
don't actually let your emotion out like a normal human.
Yeah. Just wait till like it's bottled up until a breaking point, and then just let loose on like the nearest cashier who's having a bad day.
Something smaller than you or someone who's not allowed to defend themselves. Get them.
Yeah.
If you don't have an ex that has if you don't have at least one ex with a restraining order against you, you're not doing it right.
That's like that TikTok series that you sent me the one. Like I'd seen a couple of them before. But the one you sent cracked me up. Where it's just like, don't go to a hospital, die, be a man.
that whole thing is there's like hundreds of those and they're so funny.
There's so many, and they're all.
They're
great.
so good.
Be a
I
man.
just love it. I just love the concept of making fun of toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm for it.
But some of them like are way more like elaborate, and then some, like you said, that one are just like, don't go to a hospital, die. Be a man.
So funny. Yeah, that's good shit. Speaking of shows that make you cry, Ted Lasso.
That show. Oh, really? I haven't watched it yet,
I mean,
but
there's-
I've heard all good things.
Hasn't made me cry, but I feel
Oh.
like if given the right circumstances, I could pretty easily.
So there's some emotional stuff in there.
It's an emotional show, I think.
Oh,
it's a
really?
show
I didn't realize
like-
that. I don't really know.
It's a
that
bit
much
of a.
about it.
I would argue that the show is a bit emotionally manipulative, but like in the best of ways. Like it's. The thing is, it's emotionally manipulative in the ways that a show needs to be, because like by the end of like the first episode, like we are like I'm watching it with the family, so like Zach's part of these watchings and stuff. But like by
Okay,
the
so
end
Zach
of like
loves
the
this.
first step. Yeah, by the end of like first episode, we're all just like, oh, I love this character. Oh, I just want the best out for this character and things like they know how to like sort of get you so that you like characters who they want you to like, and so who you like feel unsure about character. Like they know how to like get you to feel the way about the characters that they want you to. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a really good
So
show.
you're
It's
putty
very
in their
funny.
hands.
You're putty in their hands. They know how to do it. They're very skilled at it.
I mean, at least they're not using the dead dog like Futurama did.
They're not using a dead dog.
That was a great episode, though. But it's me.
That episode makes everybody cry. But yeah, Ted Lasso. So like, it's super fun, and like, I was talking to one friend about it, and she was like, I watched a lot of Ted Lasso, and I really enjoyed it, but also like, I wish it wasn't about soccer because I don't give a fuck about sports.
Oh, okay. I knew it was sports. I didn't know it was soccer. I can't
It's
watch
yeah,
it
because
now.
like
I'm just
the basic the basic premise of the show is that like he's a football coach from America in Kansas, and like he gets sent to Britain to coach a soccer league, a soccer team, and then it just sort of follows his adventures, and like but the thing is, I think it's like the right amount of being about like you don't even have to know about sports to know whether or not like the team is doing good or not, because like they don't. You're not having like the big 10-minute sequences where it's just like, oh, and then they're playing soccer.
Yeah,
It'll be
it's
like,
fine. I'm not offended by the concept of sports. I'm just not
Oh, yeah,
interested
yeah.
by them. So like you can base something around sports as long as the scenes aren't me just watching sports.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the sports are all just a vehicle for the emotional hooks of the
Yeah.
story. So it's
I can get behind that.
yeah.
I liked
Um,
the show because I played a lot of soccer when I was growing up. That was like my sport
Okay, so you can,
choice
like-
because I was a jock, and so that I like it because I'm kind of getting into it because of soccer.
That's cool.
But it's also affecting my sleep at night because I keep having dreams where I'm like back in high school and I'm playing high school sports. So I'm on the soccer field, except I'm a 32-year-old man and I'm like also dealing with the stress that I didn't like register for my classes for next semester, and I'm also naked in the middle of class and I'm around a bunch of children. So that's like an upsetting dream. But
It's funny that you bring that up. I have that dream a lot where it's like the end of the semester and I skipped out on school the whole semester and I'm not going to pass. And I've got my degree. I've had it for years.
Yeah, my biggest thing though is like I'm a grown ass man in school again, but all the people in this, like all the kids, are the people that I went to school with, but they're also still kids. So I
Yeah.
feel like
You remember
super
them
creepy
as
'cause
they were, but you're who
Yeah.
you are now.
It's like not quite lucid dreaming because I'm not capable of removing myself from that situation, making it awesome, like giving my feet rocket boosters. But
No,
I'm
never
lucid
mastered
enough that I'm like, this is uncomfortable because I'm way too old. I'm gonna like catch a fucking case being here.
You know something's
I-
off. You just
I'm gonna
can't
be,
put your finger
I'm
on
gonna
it.
be escorted off the premises for being a grown man in high school.
So the weird thing about those dreams that I have, and I still have them often, like probably like each month. Weird thing is I wake up and then I'm like, oh shit, I do have to get that done. And then it takes me a second of like waking up to be like, oh fuck, no, it's like imposter syndrome that infects my sleep. I'm like, no, you passed. They can't, you did it. They can't take it back. That's not a thing that there's nothing for them to like grade anymore. You're done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hate-
I'm
I
done.
hate the
I
dream.
did it.
They got your money. They gave you your piece of paper. They don't remember you anymore. You don't have to worry about it.
I hate the dreams where it's
You
like,
should
hey,
not be sitting there and be naked.
I hate the dreams where it's like, hey, even though you haven't been in like school for the past 20 years of your life or whatever, here's this homework, and if you don't do it, it's all undid. You have to go back to school. It's
Yeah.
like, no, please.
No,
no.
wait.
No, sir, I beseech thee. No,
funny
it
how
sucks,
often I have
but,
those. I have those more than I have like dreams that actually are about like my job.
yeah, like it's rare that I have dreams where like they're loose enough where I wake up and I'm just like, oh, I remember what that was about, or what.
Oh, I have
like,
a lot of those.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot of my dreams. I mean, it
That's-
depends. I think on how much weed I smoke. Like
Yeah.
the less I smoke,
Yeah, well,
That
yeah.
depends on my
dreams.
levels of substance abuse,
That's
if I can
fair.
remember my dreams or not.
Although I think it actually like I think once like if I smoke for a while and then I don't, I'll start to have like pretty like more present dreams and stuff like that. But it'll even out after some time and I'll kind of go back to normal, and then that's a cycle that happens. Like as if I smoke weed for a while and I stop, that happens, and it just kind of resets every time, which is kind of dumb. But oh well.
Yeah, my dreams they're either batshit crazy or they're just like believable enough that I have to like lay in bed groggy for a minute and try to decipher whether that is a real thing that I should be worried about or not.
I hate those dreams where
That's
it's
like half my dreams or more than half. I mean
Yeah.
it's like as an anxious person or something, but
No, I
Uh,
definitely can agree because that's like
I like
don't
wake up and
have
I'm just like,
specific
wait a minute, that
dreams
was
that are
not
terrible.
real, right? Nothing about that is something I actually have to be worried about.
yeah, I didn't accidentally delete all my files in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have those a lot.
I'm gonna have
a
to go-
lot.
My
I
least
have
favorite.
those more than anything else because it's never like I have some ape chase me down.
They're not even fun in like
around the
hindsight.
corner
They're just
and
abusive.
pull all my teeth out with pliers. It's never something like that. It's like
Yeah.
always something
When you have a
very
really-
innocuous and terrible.
When you have a really fucked up dream that you like sit up in bed like a lightning bolt and like sometimes maybe like a guttural noise and everything. Those are great stories afterwards and they're fun.
Yeah.
Like in hindsight. But the ones where you're just like at work fucking up and you're about to be fired and it's like very believable. Those are not fun.
I really hate the dreams where you dream that a problem in your life has been solved, and then you're like,
I've had
You
many
wake up.
I
finding
don't have
bags.
credit card debt.
I've had
You
many
wake up and
finding
you're just
bags
like,
of money
"Oh, shit,
dreams.
I do need to sign up for insurance still.
Oh, yeah.
Shit. Like,
Or
it's
the dream,
just,
the dream you've just been devouring a chocolate cake and it's so moist and delicious, and you wake up and your mouth is super dry and tastes like pillow.
I can't say I haven't had that one, but I'm sure people have.
I've had a number of dreams where I'm like, get like wealth beyond my imagination, and I like stuff it in a very real place and go to sleep.
You know,
and then I wake up and I'm like, oh, that wasn't real. Fuck.
I don't have dreams like that because not even in my dreams.
Your
would I
imagination's
believe
not that
I'm
good.
making not even in my dreams would I believe that I have that much fucking money.
Not even in my wildest dreams. Let's talk about wet dreams. I'm kidding. Let's not. Let's actually stay. Very
Let's
far
talk
off
about
that
wet
topic.
dreams, baby.
Gosh. Anything else? That's not wet
You
dreams.
brought it up, but I agree, it's not.
Yeah, let's absolutely not. So,
You know what I'm drawing
You're
yet?
drawing Tom Hanks?
I'm drawing Tom Cruise Hanks in Risky Business, sliding in his shirt and socks.
Okay. What is he carrying? What's that like?
That's
His
a microphone.
microphone?
Yeah.
Oh, in the movie he has a candlestick. I'm looking at the thing.
Okay.
I guess I should switch that out. Oh, we'll get to that. I just
Yeah,
have
I
to
know
draw
he's
his legs,
gonna
but
have
you
it.
have to get the angle just right so that there's not a Tom Hanks penis hanging out of there. Yeah, what's Tom Hanks singing Bob Seger sound like? I'm Tom Hanks! Wow, good job, everyone. Right on time.
Hey, yeah, we get a gold star for that one.
Nailed it. Wow.
I'm gonna redeem my lips too. So
Listen in the chat.
lips in the chat.
At the time, I'll just say that, and I'll just forget that we use that as a chant, and I'm just like, oh shit, I guess I'm encouraging people.
Now
to
you
do
gotta
a
go.
thing
Now you gotta do it too.
I gotta go ham.
Oh no. Oh no.
What's the matter?
I'm gonna redeem hydrate, but I don't have anything to hydrate with. I drank my drink.
I mean, this iced tea is probably gonna get me more dehydrated than hydrated, but it's got water in it, so.
Oh.
I think it evens out. You probably don't get anything on.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, you're on the
Brandon.
show, Zach. You redeemed it. You don't even have to pay attention to your own redeems, Zach.
You're like, oh, I better do this. The audience demanded this, even though I've.
The audience demanded it. Oh boy.
Brandon, have you been playing any video games lately that you've been enjoying?
I started. I know I'm late, but I started finally playing God of War, and it's great. It's awesome. The new one.
Oh, the new one, boy.
Other than that,
Is that your Kratos?
Boy.
What?
He
Oh.
went, boy.
I thought that was. Yeah, I didn't take it as that, but I understand now. I thought it was you just being like, boy, that game, huh?
Boy.
Boy.
That's really good. And then we've been playing some Final Fantasy online, which is okay.
The one where Troubadour Scooby Booby.
Yeah, I'm Branthor Stonefist, and Ian is True Bob. Wait,
I'm
Scooba Booby Troubadour.
Yeah,
I
he
am
made it very
Scuba
difficult.
Booby. I'm Scuba Booby Troubadour, but I like to say, because like I'm a cat person from like a weird faraway place, I like to imagine that he says it differently. So he says it, Skababubi Traubador. But it's just Scooby Troubadour. But I say it Skababubi Traubador. And yeah, I have a lot of fun. Half the fun I've had of that game is walking around saying my character's name. But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. The graphics are pretty. It's very whimsical. I like how I like my Final Fantasies. The music's great. How I like my Final Fantasies. Yeah, it just feels like a Final Fantasy game, but also it's an MMO, just like how Elder Scrolls Online feels like an Elder Scrolls game with an MMO attached to it. Although I think the MMO in FFX IV is a better MMO than the MMO. Elder Scrolls Online MMO.
Yeah, I think we've just been like, looking for something that's fun to play with friends, and so this is the newest attempt. It's pretty good.
Do you know if Jesus Christ, Derek will be down to play some Final Fantasy 14?
I don't know. I haven't asked him. I should. We haven't played with him in a minute. But I'll have to
We're
ask.
gonna have to do some catching up like we are, but you know, it's.
I mean, I'm starting over with a new class probably pretty soon, so.
Same. I did.
We're also
I did
considering starting a Minecraft server, and that's one that I would be more willing to, like, if we do it, like, people from some viewers can join too if they want. I don't.
Yeah, I would like that.
I think we could set up things so that it's not like, you know, you don't have to know everybody super well for them to not like.
I've been talking to some of the folks who I've been playing League of Legends with, and they've also been like talking about a Minecraft server or whatever. And the one guy says he has a Minecraft server. Bless you.
Excuse me. That was me breathing in a beer, which is not how you're supposed to drink it.
Oh, that's right. I need to get myself some beer. Okay.
Anyways, go on. I want to hear about this.
Oh, yeah, the one guy just says he has a Minecraft server, so like I could talk to him about that, and like, well, like when we're really interested in giving that a push.
Yeah.
And then like, we could obviously throw him some money to keep the server running and all that good stuff, but you know.
Yeah,
like, that would be, like,
I'm totally open to that. I'm also considering starting from scratch with a group, and that might be really fun. But
yeah,
that doesn't mean I'm against that either. I'm just kind of
it would just, you know, it would be more people on the server, which would get like, you know, I feel like a server really dies out when it feels like you're the only person contributing to it, you know.
Right now, I
feel like having those different groups of people would be a good way of sort of having a larger group on the server.
That's true.
So it's like
That's true.
Something's kind of always happening. Because if we really wanted to kind of like do our own thing for a little bit, we just like walk really far away from where everybody is.
I know. I'm not worried. Yeah, that's true.
It'd be a lot of fun.
Leviathan Den says, "What's that game called where you mine and craft?" I think that's called The Forest.
StarCraft.
No, that's where you star and craft.
Oh shit! I always get that messed up. I'm sorry. You're right. It is The Forest. We should play that again sometime.
Yeah, I'll give that another try.
Will you? Because I feel like you get so mad at that game. So
I know. I just call you up for what games you get mad in, so I deserve this. Yeah, I do. I get mad.
What games do I get mad in? I feel like you
competitive.
Don't, I feel like I do get mad.
Like Sea of Thieves, or like things where people kill you.
I get mad.
You turn on your mic and start calling them names.
Playing League. I'm sorry, I'm drawing over your foot. By the way, if you want.
No, you're all good. No, that's perfect. Just like that.
But I've been like, I get so mad in League when people are just like being shitty, like sore winners or losers on the teams, because like the voice chat is always like somebody's being toxic.
Yeah.
And like every time it just gets me, like I want to say something back. One, because I know they can't punch me in real life, so like I'm good. I can talk back to them. They can't do shit. But I don't know, like, and I don't try and be aggressive or mean or anything like that.
Yeah, you're just trying to make them. Get... Vanpleb 13 thinks is tired of hearing about that.
I know.
How you doing, Vanpleb? Thanks for joining the show.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for keeping us grounded. You know, our egos can get out of control sometimes.
To be fair, I should take a shower tomorrow. But yeah.
Ooh, you stink.
Ooh. First, it's like a ghost, and then it's telling you, hey, I may be dead, but you stink. You smell. You need that Axe body spray.
You need that Axe body spray.
More like ass body spray, am I right?
What are we, 13?
I saw a commercial of
Ass body
theirs
spray.
recently where they were like, they've changed the branding, as you might have guessed.
For Axe? Oh yeah.
yeah.
In the Me Too era, that whole line of commercials of their entire existence doesn't really.
Doesn't fly.
No, I always thought their commercials were kind of like I was like a kid in like high school, and I was kind of going like, this is this is aggressive.
As a kid, I was like, really? This works? I could spray this on myself, and then a stampede of just like women climb over a mountain. Like what?
Yeah, island of
what were they? Where are they coming from? Are they leaving like? And also, are they all that like driven by smell, or is there some kind of weird like mind control device in this? Because if that's the case, I don't want no part of this.
I like to imagine that because they're on like a deserted island, all those women are actually just very hungry, and the Axe
They're
body
coming to
spray
eat it.
has let them know. Yeah, there's like an outsider, and like they are coming to devour him.
Someone needs to edit one of those commercials so like it's the normal commercial where they're all sprinting at a man, and then it just ends with like a guy
The
getting
ending
like
with, like,
something from like Dawn of the Dead where a person's just like getting ripped apart.
Yeah,
Cannibal Holocaust or something crazy.
Yeah.
like the ending of Perfume, like just
Yeah, exactly. That would be great. Someone get on that.
Yeah,
Somebody
someone-
get on it right now. Chop, chop.
That's the kind of fan base like level of fan base I want to be at. There's so many things on the internet where they have like 1,000 people who like what they do, and of that 1,000 is one person who like they'll be like, hey, get on this. I just had this idea. Somebody make that happen.
They have creative
that's
fans
really-
that you can just like will things into existence.
Yeah,
they'll
right.
go and they'll make that, and then they'll credit you at the end of the video. Like, that sounds amazing.
Wow.
Yeah,
I want
they
that.
make some free animations for Game Grumps, and Game
the
Grumps are
Game-
just like, hey, thanks, sucker.
Thanks, guys. I played
Free
a video
labor.
for 10 minutes.
In order
Thanks
to
for the
thank you,
free
we'll just
advertisement, you
post
nerd.
your thing on our page that we get monetized.
Yeah, please post your thing on our page. We'll get you monetized.
We'll get monetized. And
we'll
then
get
people see your
monetized.
name. And, you know, as an artist, I think we all do it for the exposure. That's what I mean.
Exposure. is
Yeah,
what
it's
really
totally
matters.
the exposure. That's all I care about. That
Right.
I don't know about you guys.
Every time
I
I
need exposure.
filling out a contract, they're like, okay, I could pay you, but what about the exposure? And I'm like, are you serious? Yes. Like, how many people
One
do you
time
think
I
will
got-
see it? And they're like, oh, none at all. And I'm like, great, let's do this thing. I'm going to spend 6 months on this project.
Yeah, I mean, this is gonna be my whole life now. My favorite thing about exposure is one time I got so much exposure that's where the doctor says my lump came from.
Yeah, I heard about that. It was fucked up.
So that's why I tell whenever I'm getting offered art, I tell them like, hey, exposure's bad for my health. I need that cash. That's the only thing that's not gonna hurt me right now.
One time I got put on a list for too much exposure. So I try to keep it to a minimum now.
Yeah.
Is that the kind of list where you had to like go door to door whenever you moved?
Yeah, and let them know that I'm moving into the neighborhood and that I've had a lot of exposure before.
Yeah.
I remember that. You telling me about that. That's hard, man. It's
I
hard
had
to be
exposure in
like
a public park, and now, you know,
I got
I've learned
so
from my
close.
mistakes.
Brandon's canceled. I
Brand's
think
canceled forever.
Brandon's canceled.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I have to come door to door and let people know that I'm canceled.
I'm canceled
By, yeah,
Yeah.
by the,
by court order.
yeah, the court have canceled me.
The courts have canceled.
How's my Tom
It's always
Hanks
the fucking
risky
courts.
business?
Honestly, that looks like Tom Hanks.
That looks
Alright.
like Tom Hanks.
Well, that's
if it
the goal.
didn't look like Tom Hanks, damn.
I defy anyone to say that doesn't look like Tom Hanks. Which is good because he's doing something characteristic of a whole different movie. So I think you nailed it, especially if he's doing something that he's not known for. Then you've gotten the likeness. I want to see somebody in the chat, one of our more talented folks in the chat. Why don't you make it for us?
Not one of the
I think that's-
untalented people. Untalented people,
Yeah.
stay away from this. Don't even try it.
Yeah, just give us your money for the talented people in the audience. I
All
want
the
you.
talented people in the audience.
I'm telling to people in the audience, can you do me a favor? Can you make a sketch for me, please, where it's Hodor from Game of Thrones, but he's going door to door. So it's just Hodor, but he's like knocking on somebody's door, and they're like, "What?" He's
door
like,
to door.
Door to door. And that's it. That's the whole fucking joke, and you can make that work. Then take this half-baked idea and make it a full idea, make it funny, and then use it to promote our show.
Send it to me. I'll post it on my Instagram, and therefore I will be able to sell ads on my Instagram for more money once I get more.
And of
followers
course,
from your work.
please remember to like and subscribe.
Yeah,
and
smash
hit
that
the bell for notifications so you don't miss anything when it comes out to drama.
Make sure you hit that bell. If you don't hit that bell,
You're gonna miss when we post your own work that we stole from you.
Yeah, Google will personally come and break our kneecaps with your drawing. So please, for the love of gosh, make sure you hit the bell.
God, please.
I like your Woody. Is
Thank
that the
you.
snake from his boot?
Yes, there's a snake in his boot.
We always hear about that snake, but we've never met him.
Yeah, it's
right.
All Access Hollywood.
Well, now you know.
on my boat!
Apparently, the
Hollywood.
snake likes
You've
to hang
heard
out
about
with
the
R.
snake.
Kelly a whole lot. So
You've heard about the snake. Well, now finally you get to meet him. All Access Hollywood has an exclusive interview with Woody's snake in his boot.
Woody's boot snake.
Woody's boot
unfortunately, the boot snake for Woody, you know, he had to go to door as well and tell everybody he was exposed.
And then it's just like a very serious interview with like a snake sitting on a chair that's just like
Yeah.
Toy Story
snake
1
has
and
a
2
lot
I was
of
not
kinks.
properly paid. I've been doing litigation for years to try to get properly paid for my work in Toy Story 1 and 2, but there's some loophole with the fact that I'm not visually on screen even though I played a big role and was on set for 6 months. It's bullshit. I will get justice.
I like to imagine that they've got him like sitting in the silhouette and they've got like the voice changer, so it's just like, well, I was in that boot for quite a while, sometimes up to 12 hours a day on set. They always
God.
said next scene would be the scene, next scene would be the scene I'd get to be in the movie, but that scene never came.
Woody,
like-
Woody the cowboy's foot to cleanliness had left a lot to be desired.
You know, by the end of the movie, I just sort of had accepted my fate as just being in the boot.
I needed some therapy to come out of the boot at the end, really. I had found comfort in the boot. And
That's what I meant,
What?
Sherry.
I feel so violated.
should we erase this and
No.
do some new
Yeah, let's
drawings?
move on.
Yes.
Alright, let me save this real quick.
Oh shit, okay.
Don't erase it yet.
Sorry.
God damn it, Ian!
I'm Tom Hanks. What should we draw?
That's a great question. Alright. Erase it. Get rid of it. I don't want to see
Erase.
it no more.
Yeah.
Rid.
That shit the fuck out of here. I don't want to see it anymore.
So what should we do? Try and pull like rando things from the bag, or should we? How should we? What should we? What should we? What
It
should
might
we
be
do?
fun to look up a prompt, especially since we have a guest. We could all draw the same thing. I mean, we've kind of been drawing the same thing, but... Oh, shit. Well, do we... So-
we don't have to do it, but
The chat
Make
just-
that more expensive.
Wow.
I know. Well, also, it was Zach who's here, so we...
Well, you know what he wants to draw now.
I know, it's so fun.
I would like to see...
I just
guess
spell
we
your
have seen
beans.
Willem Dafoe's. We could draw Willem Dafoe.
I'm gonna draw a
just
quick
spell your
one,
beans.
a real quick one.
What... Is there any setting, or just any Willem Dafoe?
Tell you what.
Any.
I'm gonna Google random. I'm gonna Google art prompts.
Yeah, go to that art prompt.
Character, environment, objects.
Welcome to the
situation.
Dafoe Show.
Willem Dafoe as God.
Okay.
Willem Dafoe as an explorer. Willem Dafoe like a king. Or Willem Dafoe roller skating.
Alright, those are your options.
What are you guys gonna pick? I feel like
That's my Willem Dafoe really quick.
Oh, you don't get to...
Really quick.
You don't get to tell us to draw Willem Dafoe and then keep it. You gotta get in there, man. You gotta get deep in the Dafoe.
Yeah, but
which one
there's my Willem Dafoe in
Or
yellow.
are we doing
You
quick
could at least
Dafoes?
appreciate it. That was a quick Dafoe. It's gone. That's how it was.
Or I'll
It's
do a
already
quick
gone.
default. I'll do a
I'm
quick default.
sorry.
I'm sorry, Brandon. I'll move over here. There you go.
I'll draw a Defoe.
Just a quick default. A 9 default.
Working 9 to 5. Willem Dafoe is a great practice model for trying to learn faces because his face is so bizarre.
His face is very, is geometric the word I'm looking for? He's got a lot of sharp angles
That's definitely
to it.
not the word. Well, maybe.
Damn it!
It might be
I'm not-
geometric. He's a cartoon man. His face is
He
a cartoon
is a cartoon man.
It's if a cartoon came to life. It was flesh and blood. And
If you're like
bone.
if you're ever trying to practice like drawing likenesses, like make your Tom Hanks look like Brandon's did, then Willem Dafoe is pretty good practice because you know when you've drawn a face that looks like Willem Dafoe or not. Like there's no real like I don't know if this looks like Willem Dafoe. It's just like does it look like Willem Dafoe?
He has a
Yes.
very
Or no.
unique face. That's one thing that I've been enjoying on the show is I've been getting a lot of practice with likenesses. I feel like I need all the help I can get. Getting
Yeah,
there.
so we do end up drawing celebrities a lot, so it works out.
It's fun.
Like, do you want me to tell
difficult,
you how
yeah.
you get like solid
Pressure
lines?
of
I need a lot of help actually with my
okay, because
whole thing.
do you like the kind of soft lines or do you prefer?
Oh no, I accidentally X'd out, or I lost like my entire side panel here, and I've been trying for the last half hour
Okay,
to
yeah,
get
yeah.
it back.
Ian, you help the talent.
Oh boy. Go to fucking view.
I tried all of it.
Well, what's a hotkey?
The hotkey. I mean, there's no hotkeys. You just have to go to view.
Oh, I see.
and then
Like the
there's-
top.
Yeah, there's file tools, edit tools, drawing tools. Just make sure those are all.
Oh, docs!
And then yeah, the docs. Make sure those are all in there too.
God damn.
Everything that you help him with is something that he could have easily figured out himself.
Oh my god, yeah. I don't know why he.
I'm not
has
intelligent.
look.
Well,
It's not about
I don't
intelligence.
believe that, but I do think you choose suffering over just trying to solve the problem.
100%. You would rather like, you could if you didn't know how to eat food, you would ask us how to put food to your mouth, before ever trying it. Like you would rather have somebody walk you through it.
Or
instead of
just
ever finding
read
out how to
something
do
as
something.
run away.
No, you just like if like whenever it comes to like having to do something that you don't know how to do, you would much rather have somebody do it for you than ever figure it out.
Or you just accept
So
the fact that
easy.
you'll never solve it
Yeah,
when you
you're
totally
just like
could.
I'll never solve this, and it's just like just click the button. Like that's all you gotta do. Or Google it. Just Google something.
Okay, the docs made it so easy. Oh my goodness.
I know, right?
Hey,
And
that's
it's
a pretty good
crazy
Defoe
how-
there, Ian. I like that. That's like
you.
very stylized.
Yeah, I thought like I've drawn a lot of like trying to just recreate the picture. I'm gonna try and draw Willem Dafoe as a card, like a fucking Incredibles character design.
It's good.
This is Willem Dafoe in The Incredibles. Oh my
found
god,
a
they
really-
should put Willem Dafoe in The Incredibles.
If they make another one, I always try to pick a different Willem Dafoe pose for these because my last two have been very similar. But the one I found was very fun. He looks exceptionally crazy, and I'm gonna try to recreate it the best I can.
Nice. I'm excited to see. I'm not even sure how this looks like Willem Dafoe, but it does. But
It
like,
does.
what did I do? How
You
did I
got.
do it?
Let's see. His teeth are a big part. The mouth lines are a huge part of who.
Yeah.
The wrinkles around his mouth and under his eyes, I found are like the big. It's like the key to getting a good Defoe.
True, yeah.
Those cheek lines, especially, like from his nose around
Yeah.
his mouth. Those.
Yeah.
That is what makes a Defoe.
A Defoe by any other name would smell as sweet.
I wonder what Willem Dafoe's like in real life.
Yeah, I'm sure he's a normal guy too.
Yeah, I think he's a normal guy.
He's probably fun to party with.
Like
He's
when
probably
you
fun.
talk, when he talks like in interviews, he's like very intelligent about like just like filmmaking and like he's been acting like forever. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
since
he
he's like,
knows what he's talking about.
like 20 or probably earlier than that. But so he just seems to know his shit really well. He
Yeah.
seems smart. But he also probably has a good sense of humor if he plays all these like psychopath roles and does it
I
in such a
imagine-
silly way.
If you were at a party and you were not really interacting too much with people aside from like maybe their cat or something like that, Willem Dafoe, I imagine, would walk up to you and like offer
He would
you to
find
smoke
you.
some weed with him. Yeah, you would just like be there and like a joint would appear in front of your vision and he'd be like, "Hey, you want to smoke this outside with me?" And you'd be like, "Fuck yeah, Willem Dafoe, thank you so much."
other
That's my
thing-
headcanon.
The
We're
other
just
important
welcome to
thing
DrawBomb.
about
We just
Willem
imagine
Dafoe
what
is-
celebrities do.
That's what everyone does. That's why we all have opinions of these people we've never met.
You
Yeah.
know what? I would imagine Willem Dafoe. He would say, "Hey, Dafoe!"
Oh, I
like-
can hear that
I
from
hope
Aaron.
that's true.
Tom Hanks would.
Hanks. Willem Dafoe. The other big thing is his chin. It's a big part of it.
His chin, yeah.
He's got a very as a ZNewts said, he has a very geometric face, and the chin
This
is
is
like
true.
it's prominent.
He's just got a lot of angles, man.
He does. There's a lot of points, a lot of pointy parts.
This,
He should be the Joker. He looks like the Joker,
He should be the Joker.
like come to life.
Okay. In your guys' head, while we're talking about it, if you had to pick your favorite Joker, like not your favorite, but like who would be the best Joker? You think? Who would be the best Joker? You think?
Like potentially, like someone who hasn't done it.
Yeah, like just anybody in the world. Like you could even say like, oh, I thought Heath Ledger was the best Joker you could get, but you
Heath
know.
Ledger was the best one I've seen.
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe would probably do pretty good. I think.
Joaquin
We've seen him like do like the Green Goblin,
wait.
who's like a psycho, who's like laugh and like
Yeah.
go crazy, like similar
That's
energy.
true. I would love
He
to
looks.
see.
He has the face. I mean, he's getting a little old for the part now, but still, like with the makeup, that would almost make it look better. That he's like,
Yeah.
it's kind of
David
creepy.
Hasselhoff.
So I don't know. Yeah, I'll think about it. Right now, I have Willem Dafoe on the brain.
Willem Dafoe on the brain. Who do you think would make? Okay, like let's step away from Joker for a second. But who do you think would make like the best Harley Quinn who isn't Harley Quinn?
She does a good job of that Margot Robbie.
Yeah, Margot Robbie.
Yeah, she does a good job.
Does a great.
It's
Harley
another
Quinn.
hard
I've
one
always thought
because
that-
I've just like there's a reason that the movie's been rebooted like, or that character's been rebooted like 3 times and she still gets casted. They're just like, no, you were
Yeah.
just her. No, you're.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who the director is, what studio owns it, what contracts have been signed. Margot Robbie, you are going to be.
You're Harley Quinn now.
Have you seen Suicide Squad yet?
I have not.
The new one?
Yeah,
Then no, I haven't seen either of them.
it's fun. I liked it. I want to hear other people's opinions because I don't know.
I heard it's
liked it.
good.
I liked it a lot.
Way better
I
than
thought-
the first one, at least.
I haven't actually
Austin-
seen the first one, so I can't.
Austin seems to have really not liked it, but he doesn't seem to be able to articulate what he didn't like about it, which is interesting.
I'm okay with that because me and Austin don't like the same things all the time.
No, yeah, it's.
So I can live with
I
that.
agree with you. Yeah. I've always thought that Brittany Murphy would have played a great Harley Quinn.
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
Like she does a voice in Sin City, and she's basically like doing a Harley Quinn voice. She's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
Clive Owen."
Yeah,
That
she's
sounds
totally a
cool.
Harley Quinn in that movie. You're right.
Rest in peace.
Return in peace, Brittany Murphy.
Return in peace, Brittany Murphy. But I don't know. Anyone else on your minds of who would have made a like? I think Marissa Tomei would have made a great.
I think yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. A fun way to do it is to like pick different eras, and like you always see that on like Reddit or something. Somebody's like, "Here's what the Marvel movies would look like if they were made in the '90s versus now." Who the
Okay,
actors
who
would
would
be?
Gene, of all of the Avengers, who would Gene Kelly have been?
Gene Kelly.
Yeah.
Cyclops.
Oh, is that who?
It's not Avenger.
Who's Gene Kelly? What am I dumb right now? What are we talking
He
about?
was in. I'm
Singing
trying
in
to
the
think.
Rain.
Yeah, Singing in the Rain.
Oh, we're going backwards. I thought you were naming a Marvel character.
No.
Yeah, I
no,
know who real
Kelly.
Gene Kelly is. Okay.
Okay.
Who would he play? I don't
Yeah.
know. Captain America?
I could see Gene Kelly as Captain
Iron Man?
America.
Like, it's hard to tell back then because they all look the same. They're like, you want to be a leading man, you're all just like the same dude. Like, even the
Same
women all have
haircut.
the same voice. Like, they changed their voice to be
That's
in movies.
true. Yeah, that's true. Gene Kelly, I think, would make a great.
Hulk.
Gene Kelly would make a great Hulk, actually.
Bruce Banner, or whatever.
Bruce Banner, David Banner in the TV show for some reason. Which has anyone ever, like, do you guys know off the top of your head why they went with David Banner instead of Bruce Banner for the Hulk TV show?
No. I've always been confused by that. That was actually legit the reason that I just second-guessed myself when I said Bruce Banner a second ago.
Nope. Yeah, it's. I don't know why they changed it in the movie or in the TV show to David Banner. I don't get it, but oh well. Maybe they didn't have the 100% rights to the whole.
That's my honest guess, but that still seems like it wouldn't be enough of a loophole to get away with it if that was the reason.
Yeah, I would just like change his first name, but then the rest is fine, and also you can use the name Hulk.
The show's
in
still called The
Incredible.
Hulk. Like,
Yeah. How about that sad walking along the road song though? That's a like that piano.
It's a
medley
great
thing,
piano.
That's a banger right there.
this.
How do you think you feel like as the guy who makes that song? Like you make it, you're like, this thing's fucking beautiful. Oh my god, I've created like truly this sad, somber lullaby for like my generation, and then it ends up on like you see like the final product of the Incredible Hulk, and you're just like, ah shit.
Well, all I can hope is that he was a composer hired for that specific job, and then he fucking was the most efficient person in the whole cast, or the whole, production, because
Yeah.
he did a great job. And then
But like,
feel
how do you
good about
feel
yourself.
like I've had some people who like I make music in my free time and stuff, and like I've
Yeah,
had
you
people be like, yo, can you make some songs for me? And I'd be like, hell yeah, I can. I even got some like lying around. Let me find some, and I'll look and I'll find some songs, and then I'll like go check out what the person makes or whatever, and I'll like listen to their stuff who I'm like collaborating with or whatever. And then I'll be like, okay, so this stuff is a little too good for them. I'm gonna move over to this stack of beats over here that I have.
That's a good
And I
way.
just wonder if like the guy who made that song for the Hulk, if he like just gave his best song that he could, or if he would like if that was like a backup where he was like, this is actually not my best shit. Like my best shit, I'm not putting in the Hulk.
I'm saving
or
it for
if you just-
when I blow up as a concert piano artist.
Yeah, or if he was like he made that song, and then he watched the Hulk and he was just like, fuck, I squandered that song on this fucking show. Ugh.
I'm gonna wait till Disney has their hands on the Hulk, and then
Yeah.
I will get in there.
Then it's all coming up Millhouse.
Yeah, maybe, but I mean, we're talking about it now from a show that would not be memorable otherwise.
Yeah,
Luke Rigno.
true.
I've never seen an episode. I only know about it from like little memeing it.
Never seen an episode. Yeah, it's kind of weird. There's so many things that reference these shows that we've never watched and will never watch, probably most likely. But like we know plenty about them because
Memes.
it's just
and
like
stuff.
memes. Like Family Guy is a bit like has like a million references to the Hulk and things like that. Like all
Yeah.
these other pop culture things that are more modern that are like, hey, remember this thing that a specific group of us remember?
And it's like the people actually watching. It's like the people writing the jokes are not the people watching the show, which is interesting.
Yeah.
'Cause none of us have watched the Hulk, but the people who laugh at it are like my parents who are
No.
like not watching Family Guy.
Yeah, they're not interested in Family Guy at all. Yeah, that is weird. It's interesting too, because like for so many years it was like 80s nostalgia was like in so many shows, and it still is. It's in so many shows where it's like, hey, remember the 80s and all this stuff? And like, don't get me wrong, a lot of cool shit in the 80s, a lot of great music, a lot of great movies, so on and so forth. But then it's also just like, okay, but there's also like so many other generations we could pull from. It doesn't.
I think
have
the
to
80s
just
are
be-
popular just because, like, stylistically, they had a lot of really good, like, TV and music, and, like, if you look at, like, Generations, it's almost like a brand. The 80s
Yeah.
definitely had
Yeah.
theirs locked down. They knew what they were trying to make as a whole.
I mean, I am seeing a lot more shows nowadays that are like more 90s catered. Like Lucas Bros Moving Co. is a very 90s
Yeah.
reference.
And
heavy
90s
show.
is
Like,
very
they-
much its own time. I feel like the 90s is like an 80s spin-off. It's like 80s DLC. It's
Well,
got a
early-
lot of the
early
same
90s.
colors and energy and cocaine, but they're starting
Well,
to
I
like
feel like-
phase out.
Every generation, like the first half looks a lot like the last half of the last or not generation, the last decade. Like the 85 to like 95 all looks like part of the same decade, but then like it's like there's always like a lot of carryover. Obviously, there's gonna be carryover because, you know, no one like goes, oh, it's the 90s now. Everything that was cool in the 80s, dump it. But
Right.
there is like so much where like each decade sort of feels like they have their own like aesthetics or vibe, but it takes a while before like that really comes into play because it's still very much like coming
Yeah,
off momentum.
I'm by no means saying like the 90s is like copying the 80s. Like obviously, like what?
Oh, yeah,
you're
no, I
supposed to like have a New Year's party and then everybody changes their entire like
Yeah.
cultural.
I don't know about you
culture.
guys, but I think Jinko jeans is like the pinnacle of fashion.
Dude, I'm loving your your light. I can already tell you what you're doing. Your like lighthouse Defoe with like really intense like
Yeah, I like
contrast.
the like.
It's good.
That is such a good movie about masturbation.
You know what's
Is
the
that
greatest
is that the
snack about
main-
masturbation?
Tom Wanks.
Hey, I'm Tom
Oh,
Hanks.
Graham crackers are the greatest anti-masturbatory snack. Not for their anti-masturbatory qualities, but because they're so delicious.
Is that what they were designed as?
Yeah, they were, did I never tell you this?
Well, I know corn flakes were designed as anti-masturbatory snacks, and that was
Were they
done
really? Was
in
that like a
Michigan.
whole genre of food?
I don't know.
Yeah, no. Graham crackers were originally designed to make you not masturbate.
It doesn't work because I usually masturbate with graham crackers. It's
Dude, like
it's
anytime I eat a
there's
graham
a lot.
cracker,
It's
yeah.
too much texture. Like it kind of hurts, but I'm into that, so we're all good.
So,
Yeah.
anytime I eat a graham cracker, I'm just like, oh, that was so good. Oh, and then I start
Just-
masturbating.
Jizz on your graham cracker, Ian? Is that what you do?
Ew,
That's-
no.
That's how the band Limp Graham Cracker started.
That's a great way to
graham
get a disease
cracker.
for myself. Jesus, Zach.
You can get a disease from yourself?
This is the
Holy
one way
How
to
do
do
you
it.
catch one? How do you catch one you didn't already have?
Dude, like, don't you like? Why else would you wear a condom? Like,
The graham
you don't
cracker is
get
like a
disease.
petri dish.
Do you wear a condom when you masturbate?
I wear a condom.
You're like
when
a
I eat-
Mormon. It doesn't count as masturbation if you
When
wear a
I'm
condom.
eating my own cum, I wear a condom. Okay.
Oh.
Oh no.
Okay.
This we've gone off the rails.
Makes
This
it
time-
I
easier to
use it as
collect
a
it all.
condiment for my glizzies.
Am
Because
I
I'm a
canceled
glizzy
yet?
gobbler.
Yeah,
Am I
that happened like
canceled yet?
81 episodes ago.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I do get cancel myself like every other episode.
You do. We're gonna have
oh
to
gosh.
just mark that up on the dartboard.
I've said things I regret.
Yeah, we reached some new lows this episode, but that's what happens when
just
you bring on a
realized
guest. They bring out the worst in us.
Life is full of regret. You have to just fucking live with it and regret.
It's true.
This is true.
Percy! I like that. The scene that you're drawing, right there. Percy!
I like.
Why'd
You
you
know,
spill your
this
Say
is-
my fucking lobster ain't no good, you young whippersnapper.
that's like the first time I've drawn with like that sort of like lighting, and it helps I'm using a fucking reference, but like where I actually like the way it looks. You know, like that stark,
Looks really good.
heavy shading stuff. Thank y'all. But that's fun. Boy, we did end up. We said like, oh, we'll draw a quick Willem Dafoe, and then it ended up being, you know.
I knew what was gonna
That's-
happen. That's why I
yeah,
doubled
so-
down.
Oh yeah, of course it was.
I'm just trying to help out. Be right here.
Well, thank you for doing that. Thank you for adding the the background lighting. I have a brush in Clip Studio Paint that does that. Actually, it's super cool.
You're welcome.
I said thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Shouldn't have said like such a bitch because I actually genuinely meant that you're welcome. Like,
Genuinely meant it when I
You already
you're-
said it.
Thank you.
oh
Jesus.
god damn it, Zach!
Jesus.
Fuck!
All right. Brandon, why are you drawing another Willem Dafoe?
What,
Do you have the time for one?
I have 2 minutes. Yes, I'll get this Defoe in. We can start
Alright.
doing our plugs
Out
if
of
you
all
want.
my Defoes, the one that was like
Willem
the
Dafoe.
least of
I just
Defoe
like how the
looks
whole
like
screen is
Defoe.
Defoed, and I want to keep the party going.
I like
Right,
Defoe.
I'll throw one more Willem Dafoe in the top middle corner area. Just so that we have like
We got time for that.
full
Yeah.
real estate used up. Zach, do you have anything you want to plug?
I want to plug DrawBomb because I like you guys. You're
Oh man, he stole ours.
You stole our bit. Shit.
Oh,
Now what?
fuck.
Now what are we gonna do?
I don't know.
I plugged you guys because I have nothing going on. I'm a loser.
No, you're all good.
Come see me working at McDonald's. I'll make you a double quarter pounder with cheese, maybe some bacon.
Are you at McDonald's now?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
I would actually get really fat if I worked at McDonald's.
Yeah, I
Quarter
wouldn't
pounder with
do well
cheese
there
is my
either.
goddamn demon.
Me too. Yeah, I would eat their food all the time.
I have a McDonald's
it's
across
so
the
good.
street from me. If I open this window right here, you'll see a McDonald's logo. I'm gonna do it just
That's
so you don't. I'm not lying.
horrible.
Just so you know.
Because you
I'm
probably
not
go. I would be tempted to go there all the
paid for
time.
by McDonald's.
Fuck!
Can you see it?
Living.
Yes. Look at that perfect goddamn product placement.
Oh,
Advertising.
The cat is alive, still
Oh,
sleepy, but his eyes are open now, so that's good.
Oh, that's good. Is that
Coming
good?
back to the realm of.
You can see my
yeah.
cat. Can't see
There's
my
no way.
cat over there. Let's see if I can get Waffle Cam going on.
In the meantime, Brandon, do you have anything you want to plug?
Currently no. DrawBomb, watch our show. Thanks for tuning in tonight. And,
That's a cat. Right
Yes,
there.
it is.
The
You're
little
right.
black spot. It works.
It is a cat. You're right.
There's a cat there.
about
DrawBomb
you,
8
Ian?
p.m. Eastern time, Mondays. Every Monday as long as we're here. That's it. That's all you want to plug.
That's all I got right now. Yeah.
Alrighty. I have one thing I still can't plug yet because it's still moving along. I don't know if I'll ever have it to plug, but we're playing it by ear.
Cool.
But I also just showed up in a YouTube video of I was playing Sea of Thieves with Bagel Possum, and you were there for the stream, Brand. You watched it happen. Well, they finally edited the highlights together and put a video out of it happening. So if you want to see strictly the highlights of that 3-4 hour long stream, it's on YouTube. Just go look for Bagel Possum, all one word, and it should be the most recent video. So plug that. It's a great video. It's very fun. I had a good time. I'm gonna shoot the second episode tomorrow.
Oh, cool. I'll try to tune in if I can. I do have to work, but if I can make it,
Maybe.
I'll watch.
Okay. And then that's all. That's it right now. Aside from the DrawBomb.
There you go. Let's think. Who we have watched this episode? Vamplab, Leviathan Den, ZNewts. Thank you for being here.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it. It's fun to
Yeah.
meet more people. We got way more Defoes on the screen than we would have if it were just me and Ian.
Look at all those Defoes.
Look at all
I
those
love
Defoes.
this. I'm loving this. This combination of all these different Defoes.
Yeah.
My,
Thanks for having me. I had a great time. Guys,
one
want to play
of
some
them-
video games later?
It's quite
Um,
possible. I'm gonna,
Yeah.
see
I'm awake.
what's going on in the rest of the house, see, and then I'll probably come back. What's your? I think we all should vote. What's your favorite Defoe on screen?
I
Zach,
like
you go
Ian's.
The
I-
contrasted shadow one.
Yeah, I like that one a lot because
Yeah.
I do like that scene from The Lighthouse, and that The Lighthouse is a great
Fantastic.
movie. So yeah, that's a good one.
How about you, Ian? And you're allowed to vote for yourself.
Big fan of this guy right
You like
here.
that Defoe? That was I got that one in pretty quick.
Yeah, you
You
did.
did.
You popped that one out. That was a good one.
I just want to say this one kind of looks like Bilbo Baggins whenever he's like he goes.
When he looks
Like
at the
he's
ring
gonna
for a
go
second,
for
he's
it.
like,
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of what he
I
looks
want-
like.
He
There.
Give me Lord of the
also
Rings.
looks like Patrick Bateman from American
Yeah.
Psycho. a
give me
little.
Lord of the
Yes.
Rings, except every character is played by Willem Dafoe.
This one looks a lot like James Vanderbeek by accident.
I was just gonna say, okay, so my real honest answer for favorite one is Ian's. It's a great job. I love the contrast.
you.
Yeah, that's
But
great. Yeah.
if I have to give a second, a silver medal, how do you do your little circle thing again? I forget.
That's the pointer with the little dot next to the eyedropper.
The laser pointer? Okay.
Yeah.
This one. I'm having a lot of fun with this weird.
Oh, that one. That was the last one I did too.
I like
just
this.
kinda
I like
stuck
this.
That one in.
I know, but I like that it was done so quick that it still captures the essence of Defoe. It's stylized,
the
but it's also.
Thank you.
Essence of Defoe. Deal.
Let's get that. I want that commercial where he's like running down a beach in like black and white.
Percy!
Eat
Eat
my
my fucking lobster!
It's like essence of Defoe. It's like some kind of. Well, I guess that movie exists where he's on a beach in black and white. But I'm saying,
Oh, I see what
like
you're saying.
a
Sorry.
like a perfume commercial.
Yeah. I would love to see
Oh,
that.
he is in American Psycho as well. I actually
I thought
thought
you were
he
saying
meant-
there was an actual.
Oh yeah, he's the cop. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he does look like
Isn't it-
Patrick Bateman in that one though.
He's trying to, like-
mentioning, but
Patrick Bateman's like in the police station and he's talking. to
yeah,
him.
he killed Paul
yeah.
Allen and he's searching.
He's like the one that he like thinks on his case but isn't. Like everything about the movie is like you're not really
I
sure
remember that guy now, yeah.
about anything.
yeah, that's the
going
whole
on.
point. Ian, you look like that YouTuber who watches a bunch of Russian slap fights. I don't know. First
I don't know
thing-
that guy.
I don't know that guy.
I watched
Sounds
a lot
cool.
of Russian people slapping each other.
I was gonna ask what a Russian slap fight was, and I guess it's kind of a question that answers itself just
It's
by investigating the
literally
title.
professional
What it is?
sport over in Russia is just
They slap each other in the head.
What they do is what makes it Russian slap fighting though is that when you take 3 fingers off of the hand when you're about to slap it, and then you have to see if you get hit by the 2 fingers. It's a Russian roulette joke, but
Oh.
slap.
That was a bad one.
I thought maybe it was like
Yeah,
a like an
appreciate it.
over the top joke where you're just like you do one of these and then you slap someone in the face.
Oh yeah.
No, it's
wanna
just
Turn your hat backwards.
exactly what I described. It's just a bunch of gigantic burly Russian men slapping the shit out of
Is the Russian slap fighting is what makes it Russian that all contestants are Russian or it takes place in Russia?
both.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Venn diagram is a circle. There's nobody who's not Russian doing it, and it all
Where's
happens
that
there.
Sylvester Stallone movie? Where's that Sylvester Stallone movie where he travels to Russia to participate in a slap fight? He's like, the thing.
I
about
would
being
watch
slapped is-
that
give me some
10
goddamn
times.
Russian slaps.
the thing about being slapped is it's not about the pain you feel in your face. It's about the pain you feel in your heart.
Also in your face.
You know you're alive when you feel a slap. Leviathan Den real quick says, do you lose your sense of smell and taste forever from having COVID? Have either of you had COVID?
No.
I have not. No.
Okay, I did. My smell was gone and taste was gone for about 2 weeks and came back. I had a coworker who was gone for about 6 months. So, good luck to you. I hope you get the 2-week roll of the dice. If you have it. Hopefully you don't have it. Oh, I forgot that was.
I hope
Yeah.
you're okay.
Yeah, you might. Hopefully you don't have it. But I've heard different stories. I've heard of it lasting a long time. I've heard of it going like real quick.
Yeah.
But ultimately, we hope you don't have COVID at all, and you can smell and taste everything for the rest of your life.
That's right.
Yeah. Especially. Yes.
I had I know COVID can
Great
be really
contribution.
terrible for a lot of people, and it's a horrible thing. But I got lucky, and mine was pretty mild. So honestly, the smell and taste thing was one of the worst symptoms for me, just because it's very sad. We had friends that were
'cause
like,
food is good.
yeah, I love food. That's my favorite thing. So
Right.
like we had friends that were like, hey, sorry to hear you caught it. Here, have some food. And then I just sat there and was like eating
Fuck.
cardboard that was shaped like my favorite things.
It's the worst. I would actually, if I ever, knock on wood, if I ever had, contracted COVID, I would specifically not eat foods that are my favorites because I would just be like, I don't want to associate my favorite food with just bland, tasteless nothing.
But maybe if you eat them bland and
Sensation of
tasteless, the next time you
in my
have them,
face.
it'll be like eating them for the first time.
I would love to.
Zach's like, now I'm gonna eat all my favorite foods when I have COVID.
I said I would
Spoiler alert, all like the top 10 of my favorite foods are just different flavors of pizza toppings.
That's fair.
If I
You are Italian.
If I had lost my sense of smell, or if I had lost my sense of taste, I would just eat a bunch of foods that I don't normally like. I'd be like, haha.
There would be your chance. I've heard of a lot of people doing that where they're like swigging like vinegar and stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. So you can do all that, but like, don't you have like a horrible like stomach ache / diarrhea later from eating all this trash? I drank a gallon of hot sauce, didn't burn my mouth, but now I'm shitting
seems like a waste. That seems like a waste. If I didn't have taste or smell, I would just drink straight liquor, like Everclear or something, and like go blind possibly. But most of
then you
the
lose
time,
your others. You're like, hey, let's get rid of some other senses too.
Yeah, right.
Van Pleb says need to be able to keep sniffing that Essence Eau de Defoe. I agree. Yeah, you don't want to lose that.
Very true. Yeah, I bet you Willem Dafoe.
He has a musk to him, right? Like not like a bad one, but like a dad that wears like thick cologne.
I imagine he smells like a recently used wood stove.
That's not that.
I imagine
strangely accurate.
I imagine his scent makes me feel the way his voice makes me feel. Like, not necessarily uncomfortable, but there's a presence that has entered the room.
Yeah, so leather.
Like a
leather.
back massage.
Leather.
We know leather has a smell. Leather has a very distinct taste.
A recently used wood stove, and like a back massage with a hint of danger to it. You know, that's what Willem Dafoe smells like.
It feels good, and I know it's for the best, but there's a little pain there.
There's like this massage feels nice, but also I kind of want to check over my shoulder.
He's super Irish, isn't he? Because he has a lot of gingery qualities about him, and all the pictures I looked up for reference. I would imagine a little bit of peaty tasting in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some peat, some smoke.
He's got some peat moss, definitely.
Yeah.
You're right. You're totally right.
When you
thought I was gonna be feeling racist about that.
No,
he's super gingery.
When you drink scotch and you get the peat, that flavor part, that's Defoe.
When you open a nice bottle of Willem Dafoe and you swirl it around in your glass, just make sure you notice all the tannins that are at the bottom of your glass, because those tannins really shape the flavor of the Dafoe.
He has legs, I gotta tell him that.
Defoe has legs, yeah. I like an aged Defoe.
Bouquet. Yeah, nice aged Defoe in the wine cellar.
I think it's time I play us out. What do you guys think?
I think so, yeah.
Got time.
Thanks
for having me, guys.
Thanks for coming. It was a lot of fun.
Cheers. Anytime.
Thanks. Once again, thank you everybody in the chat who joined us. Lythan Den, Van Pleb. That was it, but we appreciate you. You got, first and second place for most active viewers.
That's
Gold
right.
and silver. Van Pleb says good show.
Right
Thank you, we appreciate it.
Van Pleb's vying for the top spot.
First place! Goodbye, everybody!
Bye.